नीलनी बहुत दिन बाद दिखे। नीलनी क्या हो गया था? अनेबल टू टेक लाइव क्लास owing to occasion of Holi because my father did sell colors which I watched recording। रुक जाओ, तुमने रिकॉर्डिंग देख ली है तो अच्छी बात है। जस्ट with me and my father did sell colors, but I watched recording and completed my backlog too, and I'm working on my diagram book and will complete today. Thank you for such amazing sessions. Okay, Nili, very good. So Nili, it's very inspiring कि आप जो है everyone अपना काम भी कर रहे हैं और तैयारी भी कर रहे हैं, अपने फादर को भी असिस्ट कर रहे हैं in his work and you preparing also. Okay. तो I got a call just now from a student who's been writing this examination. 2 mains उन्होंने लिखे हैं. Last year he said I was not very serious. This year I am serious, but I did not get an interview call. तो बहुत दुखी चल रहे हैं कि सर मैं क्या करूं, मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. True. Yes. He is not all happy. Both his parents are professors. और सब कुछ है और लिखता भी अच्छा है, सब कुछ है, but marks नहीं आ रहे. For some reason he stuck. So there are people who are stuck with all those things. And I said break ले ले यार, 1 दिन 2 दिन 4 दिन break ले ले. Don't blame yourself. Don't punish yourself. कई बार क्या होता है, हम एक ही दिशा में सोचने लगते हैं and we don't get to know which is the right direction. So I would strongly recommend that now that schools, colleges, offices have opened up. Yes. So some of you may be missing on your live classes. Please do not carry the guilt. Carry the commitment. Carry the commitment. अगर कुछ छूट जाता है तो I will do it in the recorded classes. ठीक है? Weekend पे आपको क्लास मिल जाएगी. Weekend पे you can attend the live class and all that. So the idea is you are here for a bigger plan. So when I talked to that boy, I said, "बेटा आप बहुत अच्छा लिखते हो. You are such a strong contender for clearing this examination. We don't know what went wrong. Only when the marks come, then we get to know कि कहाँ पे problem है. Till then, if you lose all the focus right now, तो आपका prelims भी अटक जाएगा. Yes or no? So my strong advice to him was that focus on that. So similarly, all of you, I know you are pulling out your time for this class, and there are many challenges coming. So first of all, congratulations to all the students. Despite the challenges, जो ये सब कर रहे हैं, बहुत अच्छी बात है. But just in case the situations go like that, please do not break the continuity. That is one thing. Second thing is, some of you have submitted the answer. वो जो हमने कहा था ग्राफ वो वाला काम सबमिट किया है, कुछ ने सबमिट नहीं किया, करते रहो. So what happened was I am working with these 5 students in the challenger group. So I told them कि अभी टेस्टिंग का टाइम आ गया, so we must write 50 questions every day. टेस्ट हो रहा है. So one of them posts the answer sheet also. टेस्ट में होमवर्क शीट का part every day she posts. So I said, why are you posting it? This was the test every day. She said, sir, if you tell us to take test, we will take test, but sometimes we will be lazy, we will not take test. So we made it a rule that whosoever does the test अपना OMR group पर डालो. That is the power of declaration. So it is not that I am looking at your diagrams. इसलिए आप डाल दे. इसलिए कि you can see कि यार ये मेरा commitment है and I have to do that. Please do that. And I know you're squeezing out time. वो time आप निकालते हैं. You're doing a good thing. Please do that. Okay. So with this, I end the morning first 5 minutes where you can ask your questions. Yes or no? तो ये है. और किसी ने लिखा है सर मेरा इंट्रोडक्शन पढ़ दीजिए. तो इंट्रोडक्शन मैं किसी का नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ. अभी मैंने इंट्रोडक्शन ना किसी को बताया है कि कैसे लिखना है. और ये जब मैं शुरू करूंगा आंसर राइटिंग तभी हम उसे देखेंगे. ठीक है, चलिए. तो हम क्या बात कर रहे थे कल? वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट सीस्मिक वेव्स. सीस्मिक वेव का वीडियो देखा सभी ने? सीस्मिक वेव. My intention was not to show you the video on seismic waves, but to tell you about transverse and longitudinal waves. क्लियर हो गया या नहीं हो गया? और वेव्स बहुत तरह की होती है. Waves तो बहुत तरह की. Sea waves are there, earthquake waves are there, shock waves are there, sound waves are there. So it was, and you can see it was physics in action. So the video was also physics, so there is no geography. कई बार होता है ना, the students tend to have this कि यार PhD करनी है, तो PhD वाले बच्चों को पहले बता देना चाहता हूँ कुछ चीजें जो है आपकी यहाँ से आएंगी, उसमें बहुत सोचना नहीं. ठीक है, तो फिजिक्स आपको दिखा दिया ऑफ दैट, बट वी आर इनटू व्हाट? वी आर इनटू earthquake waves coming inside. ठीक है, तो उनसे हमें क्या पता चला? अर्थ इंटीरियर पता चल गया. अर्थ का इंटीरियर क्या पता चला? दैट अर्थ इज नॉट, अर्थ's interior is not a monolith. ठीक है, समझ में आ गया? तो अगर क्वेश्चन आता है, एक्सप्लेन द अर्थ's इंटीरियर और द व्यूज ऑन अर्थ's इंटीरियर, ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ जाता है. क्वेश्चन जैसे कल हमने कहा, डिस्कस द इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अर्थ. डिस्कस द इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ अर्थ. डिस्कस or examine the views on internal structure of earth. ये भी क्वेश्चन आ सकते हैं. ठीक है, just giving you the family of question. अब जनरली आई डोंट एक्सपेक्ट कि बहुत ज्यादा इसमें हमें पढ़ने की जरूरत है, बट आंसर इसका यही रहेगा कि इट इज द इनडायरेक्ट मेथड्स, इट इज द seismic waves which have helped us in understanding the earth's interior. ठीक है, initial view was that of a monolith, homogeneous monolith. Hi Priyanka, welcome. So all students who are joining in, just get your bearings correct. We are talking about the topic which we had left yesterday. So homogeneous monolith, और आप कुछ लिख भी रहे. अब ये चैलेंज हो गया. This was challenged. Why? With observations contrary का मतलब something that is not, that will not expect. Say for example, if you're solid inside, why would magma come out? True or not? So that is what we are talking about. So challenges जो है observations contrary. तो हमें बहुत ज्यादा तो उसमें नहीं करना, but we should note some names. So there was this gentleman, his name was Edward Suez. Edward Suez, who said that Earth is layered interior. Earth का layered interior क्या है? Crust, mantle, core. So you did not know dual nature of core or something, but you know that also. Is everyone okay? Edward Suez. उसके बाद आर्थर होम्स, ठीक है. आर्थर होम्स कहते हैं कि अर्थ इंटीरियर इट इज लेयर्ड, सो इट इज नॉट अ मोनोलिथ, इट इज लेयर्ड. और इन्होंने कहा कि मेंटल जो है, मेंटल इज द लार्जेस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ वॉल्यूम, और मेंटल में कन्वेक्शन होती है, कन्वेक्शन ऑफ रॉक्स इज हैपनिंग, कन्वेक्शन ऑफ हीट इज हैपनिंग. तो उसे कहा जाता है आर्थर होम कन्वेक्शनल करंट थ्योरी. आर्थर होम्स मेंटल कन्वेक्शनल करंट थ्योरी, वो आर्थर होम्स का कहलाता है, ठीक है. ऐसे ही मॉडर्न व्यूज में अगर आपको कोई नाम डालना हो तो वेंडर ग्राफ्ट आप डाल सकते हैं, वेंडर ग्राफ्ट. So you will say that initial view of monolith was challenged by contrarian observations through the views of Edward Suez, Arthur Holmes, Van der Graaf, who said that Earth is having a layered interior. समझ में आया? So what I am trying to say, again emphasizing, please pay attention on this. 150 words मिलेगा, 150 words मिलेगा. They are not going to ask you Arthur Holmes की पूरी theory. They will not ask Edward Suez and all that. But if we are in one line able to convey that, discuss the internal structure of Earth. So can I say since time immemorial, or before modern science had developed, the traditional view about Earth's interior was that of a homogeneous monolith. However, as science advanced, contrarian observations made the scholars propose alternate views. The leading views proposed in this direction started with the work of Edward Suez, who proposed a layered interior of Earth, 3 layers, crust, mantle, core. These views were supported in the works of Arthur Holmes and Van der Graaf, full stop, laying to rest the idea of a monolith, and giving us knowledge about Earth's interior. However, the most authentic information has come from the indirect seismic waves, which have established the nature of Earth's interior as shown in the diagram. तो कौन सा डायग्राम दिखाएंगे? As shown in the diagram. कौन सा डायग्राम दिखाएंगे, जल्दी बताइए. शैडो वाला जो कल बनाया था. Everyone, वो नहीं बनाना है. I put a trap and all of you get trapped. तो पूछा इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर पूछ रहे ना. डिस्कस द इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर मींस व्हाट इज, डिस्कस का मतलब व्हाट इज द इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर, व्हाट इज इट, व्हाई एंड हाउ इज इट लाइक दिस. वो तो यहां पर हो गया, उस पे कम काम करेंगे. ट्रू और नॉट, ये भी समझना है. विच डायग्राम. सो दैट इज व्हाई योर डायग्राम बुक शुड स्टार्ट फ्रॉम द फर्स्ट चैप्टर इटसेल्फ. तो हमने जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी से शुरू कर दिया डायग्राम बुक. यस नो. अच्छा, बेसिक जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी देयर वर 6 लेक्चर्स, बट अभी जो कोर्स प्लानर दिखा रहा है आज आखिरी है, कल से ओशनोग्राफी शुरू है. यस नो. फ्रॉम टुमारो इट इज शोइंग ओशनोग्राफी. So I think I had shifted the planner 2 days, एक बीच में गैप किया था, so they have removed it. So what we will do is we will not play with the planner, we will start oceanography. ये जो इसके आगे का होगा that will go in advance. So in advance we will add those lectures. But in this basic, did we understand landforms? Did we understand the Earth's formation? And did we understand the Earth's interior? तो जो बेसिक का होगा वो आज कवर करेंगे, and we will look at the syllabus also, क्या क्या हमने पार्ट कवर कर लिया. So which diagram will you draw? तो डायग्राम बनेगा ये वाला. जल्दी से एक फ्रेश पेज लेंगे. Do not turn your notebook around, keep it portrait only. Take a fresh page, do not turn your notebook around, keep it portrait. ये बनाएंगे हम अपना पिज्जा स्लाइस डायग्राम. Sorry for late. Okay, Sumit, join in बच्चे. Very quickly we are talking about the Earth's interior. I have already demonstrated question का आंसर कैसे करना चाहिए. If the question had come, how should you have answered? That is what I have demonstrated just now. So Edward Suez was of the opinion that Earth is having 3 layers. What are these 3 layers? Crust, mantle, core. Everyone, the question is discuss the Earth's interior. So question answer is what? Earth's interior is, answer क्या आएगा? First of all, Earth's interior is layered. If you want to impress the examiner with some names, write Suez, Holmes. ऐसे लिख के बस खत्म. ठीक है? Earth's interior is layered. What? There are 3 layers: crust, mantle, core. Done. Now comes y. Why 3 layers? Why 3 layers? Because density differentiation. Learn to write crisp. Because of density differentiation, heavier things have moved in the center and lighter things have come up to the surface. Is everyone okay? So ये तो आपका diagram बनना है. In that, the diagram should be this. Now I want to tell you, there is a difference between a GS student and an optional student. ये तो GS वाले को भी पता है. The GS fellow also knows. So we have to go to the next level. What do we have to go? We have to go and add something else. So crust density is 2.8 gram per centimeter square. Crust की density is 2.8 gram per centimeter cube. ठीक है. Mantle की what is the density? What is the density of mantle? 5.5 to 5.6 grams per centimeter cube. What is the density of Earth? Will be around 5.6. And do you know Earth is the densest planet in the solar system? Is everyone okay? Did we talk about inner planet? Did we talk about inner planet? Did we say Earth is a part of inner planet? Did we say material of Mercury is the densest, but which is the densest planet? Earth is the densest planet. Today, I want to remind everyone, Earth is the densest by the same logic as the core is, inner core is solid. Do you understand? Because Earth is bigger also in size, no? एक तो उसका material dense है, उसके बाद उसका weight भी जाता है. The weight also goes. Do we get that? So mantle is this. Mantle is this. अच्छा. अब हम core में, if you remember, core is dual core. Core is dual. So इसकी density है 13 ग्राम per centimeter cube. ठीक है. और इसकी density क्या है? 10.3. So core की density क्या है average? 12.5 gram per centimeter cube. 12.5. So how can the average of 10.3 and 13 be 12.5? I mean, it's not the same ना, बराबर थोड़ी बटा हुआ. But I'm just saying, like what I'm trying to establish is, as we are going inside the Earth's interior, is the density increasing? ये मैं दिखाने के लिए figures दे रहा हूँ. You have to remember only these figures. What is Earth? Earth is 5.6. जो mantle का है वही उसका भी. Is everyone okay? Clear on this? Okay. As I'm going inside, what happens? Density increases. What happens to the temperature? Temperature also increases. Yes or no? What is the temperature at the center of the core? 20,000 degrees Celsius. Do you know 20,000 degrees Celsius? Pranam Priyank. 20,000 degrees Celsius is the temperature at the outer surface of sun. And you know why it is there? Reason? Residual heat. Residual heat. Is everyone with me on this? Plus, what else? Radioactivity. Is everyone with me? Now we're looking at what is the radius of Earth. Radius of Earth. 6371, approximately 6400 किलोमीटर चलेगा? नहीं लेगा, not 6300, 6400 याद रखिए. ठीक है. I also want to tell you the radius of the planet has changed. The radius of planet has changed with time. The radius has changed. समझ रहे हो? So ऐसा नहीं है कि ये फिक्स है, ये भी चेंज होता है. So either you are on a boat or you are standing over here. We are talking about Earth's interior. तो कितना आ गया हमारे पास? डेप्थ कितनी आ गई? 6371. 6371 kilometer. Will you remember this? Everyone, will you remember this or not? Now I have a question, everyone. I have a question. When we were digging inside the Earth, there was a problem. We cannot dig. क्यों नहीं कर पा रहे थे? What was the problem? Temperature. So does NCERT tell you what is the rate at which the temperature is increasing as we go inside? Temperature increases. क्या rate है? कुछ अंदाजा? 30 what? 30 degrees Celsius per kilometer. As I am going inside, in the crust, the temperature increases. Is everyone okay? कहाँ से पता चला? Observation. Physical observation. You took it 30 degrees Celsius per kilometer, but only in the crust or till the bottom. Only in the crust or till the bottom? ये तो पता नहीं sir. How does it make a difference? Only crust. Pankaj is saying till the bottom. How does it make a difference? How does it make a difference? Crust में हो कहीं पे भी, how will it make a difference? We know that it is increasing. किसी rate पर जा रहा होगा and हमें rate भी मिल गई. So everyone, please understand. ये तो हमें मिल गया. So हमने कहा very good. We know the radius also. 6 6371 into 30. Yes. What will be the temperature? Multiply कर लो. This will come around 2 lakh degrees Celsius. ये सब साइंस है. Everything science observation happening. That we observed it is going 30 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Perfectly okay. We are 6,371 meter deep if we go to the center. So the temperature expected is 2 lakh. Expected is 2 lakh degree. But it is not there. अब बताना है how is it happening. तो क्या है? What is it that it is not happening? So what is the problem? Where is the problem? So now comes Arthur Holmes. Now comes the idea of Arthur Holmes. Why does he say that? He says that if the temperature should be 2 lakh and instead of 2 lakh, what is it? 20,000. That means someone is redistributing the heat inside the earth. Someone is redistributing the heat inside the earth, and that's where he said it is the mantle where some form of convection is happening, where heat is exchanging. Do you understand Arthur Holmes को कहाँ से idea आया? Otherwise आप सोचिए ना कैसे आएगा? Why would someone say कि कोई heat convection? Remember I told you heat transfer, there are three ways: conduction, convection, radiation. So radiation will not transfer from the layers. Yes, conduction will happen, but only at this point where mantle and this thing is there. You see, there must be some convection. So can you see, it is the errors, it is the contra information which makes us think, अच्छा यहाँ कुछ गड़बड़ है, and then we come to a solution. Do we get that? So crust, when we are talking about, the crust is generally, like two parts: oceanic crust and continental crust. Continental crust is thick up to 40 kilometers चला जाता है, और ये कितना होता है? Thin होता है 8 kilometers. So can I say crust, everyone? Thickness is 8 to 40 kilometers. There are two types: continental crust, whose density is 2.8 gram per centimeter cube, and there is oceanic crust, whose density is around 3 grams per centimeter cube. Is everyone okay? So out of the two, who's deeper? Who is heavier? Oceanic is heavier. Okay. Crust is made up of sial, silica, and aluminum. Crust is made up of sial, silica, and aluminum. And mantle. Next is mantle. Mantle is made up of sima, silica, and now the problem is some people are writing, sir, oceanic is sial, and continental is sial, oceanic is sima. So first of all, everyone please understand these are rocks only, no? Rocks only. So what is happening is they are making a transition. So continental rocks are the lightest rock. Sial is light in that. Oceanic will be that. So will continent not have magnesium? It will have magnesium, but less. So what will be high? Sial. But as we are going inside, what will happen? Magnesium will increase, keep on increasing or not? Yes. As it is, we can see the density is also there. But actually, the magnesium amount will show up in mantle. So for me, from my understanding, the crust is sial, mantle is sima. But GC Leong somewhere writes that continental crust is sial and oceanic crust is sima. So there is a fight. Sachin sir or GC Leong, I hope you can understand. They are just trying to hint at what, as we are going to from sial, we are going towards sima. So mantle is sima, but can I say that oceanic will have more magnesium compared to aluminum? That's the only thing. I hope you can understand that. Is everyone okay? Okay. Now we have understood something about the state of rocks, and we found that these rocks are molten. Yes or no? This is called the outer core liquid. We know about this. What happened? Seismic waves. Seismic waves told us S wave will not cross it. S wave will not cross it. So we wanted to find out what is this depth. We found that it came out to 2885. So what is this depth? 2885. Will you remember this? What is this? 6371. So earthquake. Seismic wave is going. Seismic wave goes and it bends because density has changed. Seismic wave goes and it bends. That means the boundary has come. The boundary has come. Because if the medium changes, will the boundary be? That's a hint or not? So this boundary was studied by a gentleman. His name was Moho. इसको बोलते हैं Moho discontinuity. Will you remember this? Moho discontinuity. Moho discontinuity. Simple. Perfect. Likewise, when waves are coming over here, the waves, S waves, if they come, they will bounce back. Yes or no? What are these S waves? So this must also be a boundary. Yes. ये boundary क्या है? Gutenberg discontinuity. So do we understand what is the discontinuity? Moho and Gutenberg. Everyone with me on this? Okay. So waves were bending. That's okay. Waves were bending. and we found that the speed was also increasing. So speed was increasing means density, because in the denser medium the speed is more. So we found that this is denser. So crust is lighter and this is denser. Is everyone okay? P wave can travel or not? P wave to घुस सकता है इसमें, P wave, but it will bend. P wave will bend, remember? So P wave, its velocity will increase. So ये सारी चीज who's doing? The geologists are doing, and they have given us this information. Gutenberg discontinuity, Moho discontinuity. Is everyone okay? And do we also see that as we go inside, what is happening? The temperature is increasing. What will be the temperature in the center? Temperature is going to be 20,000 degrees Celsius. So it is going to be very clearly liquid. But as I told you yesterday, it was found कि ना भाई liquid तो ठीक है. This part is solid. Perfect. This part is solid. So this is called the inner core. Inner core. At what depth? 1220. So इसमें से अगर मैं यहाँ पर देख रहा हूँ तो 5155. 5155. Is everyone okay? तो ये कितना हुआ everyone? How much is this? If you subtract 6371 में से 5155 कितना आएगा? 6371 minus 5155, जल्दी बताओ. 6371 minus 5155, 1216, approximately 1220 किलोमीटर. आपको बताना चाहता हूँ 1220 किलोमीटर is the radius of Pluto. 1220 is the radius of Pluto. Remember the planet which has been put into the dwarf category. ठीक है, 1216 है, मैंने approximately 1220 लिख दिया. ओके. और मून का साइज कितना है सर, वो भी याद करना पड़ेगा. रेडियस जस्ट टू गिव यू, अपने इसी से कोर्स से पता चल जाता है इसलिए. मून रेडियस इज अराउंड 1700 किलोमीटर्स. तो मून से थोड़ा छोटा है. आवर कोर इज स्मॉलर देन आवर मून बट ऑलमोस्ट दिस थिंग. नॉट आवर कोर. व्हिच कोर? इनर कोर. इज एवरीवन ओके? जस्ट टू गिव यू दैट अंडरस्टैंडिंग. नो, थोड़ा सा कई बार दिमाग में रहने से काम आता है. ट्रू. चलिए, तो हीट तो समझ में आ गया, एवरीथिंग वी अंडरस्टूड. बट इट वाज फाउंड दैट इधर जो है ना, the rocks are still solid. The rocks are still solid. So crust को क्या रखा गया? Rigid, rocky, brittle, solid. So crust is solid. Crust is solid. What is the nature? Rigid, rocky, brittle. Where is it thin? Under the ocean it is thin but dense. Oceanic is this, thin but dense, and under continent it is thick, less dense. ये clear है? Now we went into the mantle. What happened to the waves? Their speed changed, their angle also changed, but actually the physical state did not change. And it was found that up to 100 kilometers depth, depth, the rocks are rigid, rocky, brittle. They are not soft. So physically crust and this layer of mantle is more or less in the same state. Chemically different. Is everyone okay? Chemically different but physically in the same state. Perfect. Let's move further. उसके बाद देखा गया कि 100 to 400 kilometers, suddenly what happens is this seismic wave which was traveling from here, this becomes slow. ये slow हो जाता है. Seismic waves become slow. Now moment I say seismic wave bending, what does it mean? So that means density would have changed. True or not? Seismic wave bending, density would have changed. Now I'm saying seismic wave slowing down, again density would have changed. So what would have come? In which one seismic wave move faster? Solid or liquid? Solid में हमेशा fast होता है. So अब slow हो गया है. So that means this must be a layer which is liquid. True. But the problem is both S and P waves are passing through it. So it cannot be liquid. So can I say it is a solid? It is a solid but which is not brittle like rock. इसको बोलते हैं LVZ. Low velocity zone. Now you understand low velocity of what? We say that this is called, some of you might be wondering, मैंने तो asthenosphere सुना है. My teacher told me asthenosphere book is saying, इसी को asthenosphere बोलते हैं. Asthenosphere. This is asthenosphere, but it is technically called as LVZ. Is everyone okay with this? LVZ. Low velocity zone, that is called asthenosphere. ठीक है? तो ऐसे बताना चाह रहा हूँ कि जनरली मेंटल का जो रॉक है ना, मेंटल इज मेड अप ऑफ पेरिडोटाइट. रिमेंबर, पेरिडोटाइट इज द मिनरल. ओशन का क्या मिनरल है? जल्दी से बताओ. ओशियानिक का व्हाट इज द मिनरल? बसाल्टिक. और कॉन्टिनेंटल का क्या है? ग्रेनाइटिक. इज द रॉक, नॉट द मिनरल. सॉरी, द डोमिनेंट रॉक ऑफ कॉन्टिनेंटल इज ग्रेनाइटिक. द डोमिनेंट रॉक ऑफ ओशियानिक इज बसाल्टिक. द डोमिनेंट रॉक ऑफ मेंटल इज पेरिडोटाइट. इट वाज फाउंड दैट asthenosphere द डोमिनेंट रॉक इज ओलिवीन. सो कितने सारे याद करने, बस इतना ज्यादा नहीं फंसना है उसमें. ठीक है? डू वी गेट दैट? P and S wave can travel through this, but their velocity goes down. True. Olivine plus, can I say, partially melted peridotite? थोड़ा सा उसका partial melt हुआ है. So this is a deformable zone. So what is this? This is a deformable zone. This is a deformable plastic. Deformable plastic. So what is a deformable plastic? So let me give you clay. आपने clay से खेला है? बचपन में clay से मिट्टी मिलती है ना? clay आप खरीद लेते स्कूल में, clay modeling करते थे, ठीक है, चिकनी मिट्टी, clay. So clay से घड़ा बन सकता है. Clay से you can make दिया, yes, light के लिए, candle के लिए दिया बना रहे हैं, lamp बना रहे हैं, और small vessel you are doing that. But clay doesn't flow. Clay is rigid. Clay is rigid. उसको दबाना पड़ता है. You have to, dough it and then make it soft. Yes or no? The more you, बचपन में आपने देखा उसको knead कर रहे हैं, तोड़ रहे हैं, जोड़ रहे हैं, and then it goes like that. And then what happens is you apply pressure on that, it will get pressed. Correct? And if you remove what? If you remove your pressure, what will happen? The clay which was pressed will gradually come back. Gradually come back if it is well kneaded. If it is rigid one, थोड़ा सा दबा दिया, छोड़ दिया. So asthenosphere is that layer of clay which can be pressed if too much pressure is there. If this part is pressed, what will happen? The remaining asthenosphere will be pushed aside. But when you take away the weight, what will happen? Asthenosphere will have a tendency to come back. Is everyone okay? So rigid rocks are resting on that. Is everyone okay? Now you tell me that you have a glass sheet. ठीक है? You want to sit on it. आप इस पर बैठना चाहते हो. You want to sit on this. The glass can crack. So what you do is you put it on a table. Have you seen table पे ऐसे glass के top होता है and you can sit on it. Will it crack? Okay. Now let me put it on a soft cushion. Now I am putting the same glass sheet on a soft cushion. इस cushion पे रख दिया मैंने. And now I want to sit on it. Is there a chance of this cracking or not? Why? In the soft one, everywhere the pressure is not same. यहाँ पे uniform support है. You would have seen on tabletop people to put a glass top. But इधर क्या है? इधर थोड़ा weight इधर आ रहा है, उधर आ रहा है, करके देख लो. आप एक glass sheet को लो और उसको एक uneven pillow पे रख लीजिए. आपको लग रहा है pillow will take the shock, pillow will not take the shock. I'm saying sofa पे रख लीजिए, टूट जाएगा. टूटने का chance ज्यादा है. True or not? Yes. So I want to tell you, the crust. This is the crustal rocks, na? If crustal rocks were resting on a rigid surface and they are resting on a plastic deformable surface where there is a tendency of them to crack easily. Deformable. जब आप इस पर खड़े होंगे तो deformable, जैसे इस पर weight आएगा, so what will happen? The glass will bend a little bit. थोड़ा तो elastic वो भी होगा, but suddenly what will happen? Crack will happen. Very simple यार. होली पर there is this wooden platform and 5 people are jumping on it. Wooden platform, ठीक है? And होली पर there is this मिकी माउस का बाउंसी. आपने देखा बच्चे वो रबर के बाउंसी पर कूद रहे होते हैं. Yes or no? Where will you stable Mickey Mouse bouncy? Where will you stand stable? Wooden or Mickey Mouse bouncy? Wooden पे. Do kids jump and fall in that? जिन लोगों ने बाउंसी नहीं देखा, आपने देखा वो मेला वगैरह में एक बड़ा सा मिकी माउस होता है, उसमें हवा भरी होती है, बच्चे कूद रहे होते हैं उस पर. Yes. So this is air filled. Get that? So I want to tell you that our rocks, the rigid, rocky, brittle crust is not resting on something solid. It is resting on something deformable. If we put too much pressure on the top, can the top rock crack? If we make a dam, can it crack? If we make Himalayas out of it, can it bend and cause the asthenosphere to move away from there? Do we understand? तो आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ ये जो क्रैक होता है, faulting. Remember why faulting? We were talking about faulting. So faulting होती कैसे? तो उसके ऊपर रखा हुआ. If it is placed on a rigid surface, आप देखेंगे मेरा my table is glass top, मैं इसके खूब कूदता फिरता हूँ, कुछ नहीं होता. But if I put this glass on a sofa, I'll have to be careful. Yes or no? So that's what we are saying. So what is asthenosphere? Asthenosphere is that deformable layer. और उसकी depth कितनी है? 100 to 400 kilometers. Is everyone okay with this? Is everyone okay? तो हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking about mantle. Mantle में ही layer निकलने लग गए. Do we have layers in the mantles or not? It was found कि mantle जो है, mantle chemically and physically is different. Above 700 kilometer and below 700 kilometer. So this was called inner mantle, and this was called outer mantle. Is everyone okay? Outer mantle and inner mantle. और कैसे पता चला सर? आपको कैसे पता? यार मेरे को तो एक ही चीज से पता चलता है, सीस्मिक वेव्स, डिसकंटिन्यूटी आ गई, इसको क्या बोलते हैं? रेपेटिटिव डिसकंटिन्यूटी। तो फिर तो यहाँ पर भी होगा। Oh, definitely this is called Conrad discontinuity. Repetitive and Conrad. Oh sorry, Conrad यहाँ नहीं आएगा। ये तो we have to respect the lady. Lehman, Inge Lehman. She is one of the longest living scientists in the world, I think. Crossed 105. Yes. So ये क्या हो गया? Lehman discontinuity. हाँ, कॉनराड ऊपर चलिए, माय मिस्टेक। कॉनराड अभी लिख रहा नहीं, वो कॉनराड इज नॉट ओशन कॉन्टिनेंटल ओशन, तभी बताता हूँ कॉनराड कहाँ पर। ठीक है, इज एवरीवन ओके? तो पहले तो ये बताइए मुझे, पहले तो डिड वी गेट आउटर एंड इनर मेंटल, आउटर एंड इनर कोर, आउटर एंड इनर कोर, समझ में आ गया सबको? कोर भी दो है एंड मेंटल भी दो है, एंड हाउ डू वी गेट दैट? इट इज, कुछ ये भी बता रहे कॉनराड कहाँ पर आ रहे हैं। डोंट वरी, कॉनराड विल आल्सो कम। क्रस्ट जो है अपर लोअर नहीं है, देयर इज नो अपर लोअर क्रस्ट, अभी बता देता हूं। ठीक है, आर यू विद मी अप टू दिस? सो इनर एंड आउटर, सो कैन आई से asthenosphere is in outer, asthenosphere is outer mantle, asthenosphere lies in outer mantle. Is everyone okay? And above asthenosphere is also there is something, can I say it is the outermost layer of the outer mantle? I would like to call this layer as OOM. What is OOM? Outer mantle. Is everyone okay? Outer mantle. Now I want to add something, everyone. Geography is the study of surface of earth. Yes or no? Geography is the study of surface of earth. Geography is the study of lithosphere. Lithosphere की तो अभी तक हमने बात की नहीं. Lithosphere is the outer, rocky, rigid, brittle layer. So that means crust. No. Lithosphere is not crust. Lithosphere is equal to crust plus that part of mantle, crust plus that part of mantle, yeah, that which is also rigid. Outer mantle. Is everyone okay? So lithosphere is that. Lithosphere is not a continuous layer. Lithosphere is not a continuous layer. It is broken into fragments. So what do I mean by a continuous layer? What do I mean by a continuous layer? So take a ball, a rubber ball. The outer layer is full single layer only. Yes or no? No. It is not to do with density, Priyank. It is to do with continuous. Continuous का मतलब पूरा layer. एक चादर है. There is a full sheet. That is one layer only. Yes or no? Get that? When I break it into it, take a football instead. Does football have got those hexagons or not? So छोटे-छोटे hexagons. That is fragmented. Is everyone okay with that? Do we get that? What do we call these fragments quickly? And how many types of fragments are there? So those are called plates. Two types of plates. Continental and oceanic. चलो, तो ये हम ज्यादा इस पे बात नहीं करें, अभी हम अर्थ के इंटीरियर की ही बात कर रहे हैं. Do we get that? So Earth's lithosphere, if I'm talking about, is not a single layer. It is these fragments, and these fragments are called plates. Everyone with me on this? Yeah, clear? Did we get this part also? That mantle is outer mantle, inner mantle, repetitive discontinuity. Core is outer core, inner core. We have got Lehman discontinuity. And when we are here in this, because of the density change somewhere in the crust, we will have the Conrad discontinuity. अब इसको क्या कहा जाए? See, again the thing is 2.8 and 3 gram per centimeter cube. Within the crust, is the density changing or not? Since the density is changing, and we also know that the temperature is increasing 30 degrees per kilometer. So can I say the nature of the rocks will be impacted within the crust also with depth? Yes or no? So that is why somewhere within the crust lies a discontinuity, where that change happens, that is called Conrad discontinuity. Now to make it simple, some people have said that it is outer crust, inner crust, as Kushi pointed out. Some people also say the difference between continental and oceanic crust. That can also be there. But I just wanted to tell you that please understand, this is the physical state and the density which is changing. जिस वजह से ये थोड़ा सा change आ गया. Is everyone okay? Are we clear? Now comes the mantle. Mantle is deformable. फिर से mantle क्या है? Solid है. Why solid? Mantle is solid. Mantle has to be solid. Why? Because what is happening? S waves can pass through it. Solid but deformable. Solid but deformable. ठीक है? 80% of Earth's interior by volume. 80% of Earth's interior by volume. 60% of Earth's interior by weight is mantle. So which is the, ये जो diagram है, the diagram which I have made, can you understand the diagram is absolutely wrong. Mantle is looking very less. Actually, the crust is wafer thin. Crust is wafer thin. Most of it is the mantle. So can I say not to scale? Yes or no? That is what we're talking about. So mantle is very, very important. We must understand that about the mantle. Is everyone okay? सीमा से बना है. Earth's density, whatever is there, it is largely similar to that. And we are looking at this. Perfect. और इसके bottom में, इसका bottom जो है is not like this. Rather, it is like this. Everyone, the bottom is like this. Why am I making it like this? Everyone, please pay attention. Because अब नीचे तो fluid हो गया. Think about it. It is fluid. ऊपर lighter. First of all, lighter and solid. So what will happen? It will have a rock-like formation on top. Do we get that? इसको क्या बोलते हैं? This layer is called the D layer or D dash layer. Do we get that? जो layer where it touches, the transition layer is called the D dash, D double dash layer भी लिख सकते हो, कुछ book में लिखा होगा, इसके लिए आता है. D layer is the one which is a very unusual layer, which is a very unusual layer. Is everyone getting the signal? ऑडियो वीडियो ठीक चल रहा है या नहीं चल रहा है? मेरी साइड से तो ठीक है. Okay, perfect. So just an announcement. कल हम क्या कर रहे हैं? We're starting with oceanography, and these classes will move. These classes will move, and if possible, I will take something on Sunday. And from tomorrow, environmetics is starting. So I have been working on many PYQs. एक book बना रहे PYQs पर. So I'll be sharing those questions also. Many questions will be shared in tomorrow's class on environmetics. ठीक है? तो वो भी रहेगा. Somebody asked. Is everyone okay? तो mental समझ में आ गया. Mental में एक और प्रॉपर्टी है जो मैंने नहीं लिखी है, जल्दी से बता दो. मेंटल में क्या होता है? कन्वेक्शन. Some form of convection is happening. Convection means movement of rocks carrying the heat. So generally rocks are solid, they won't move, but here they have become plastic deformable. अच्छा, where mantle there is some convection happening, there is unanimity on that. There is unanimity on that कि भाई convection तो होता है, लेकिन convection कहाँ हो रहा है? Whether it is happening in the inner mantle, outer mantle, or whole of the mantle, there is no clarity on that. Because remember, outer ये तो सिर्फ guess से कर रहे हैं कि नहीं हम? So we are doing it more by a guess. Is everyone okay with this? Did you understand something about asthenosphere also? आपका homework, your homework. Write a short note on Earth's interior. Write a short note on mantle. Write a short note on core. तीनों लिखने and 200 words. Now some of you who are very, very mechanical will ask me a question. Sir, if mantle is 200 word, core is 200 word, how can whole of Earth interior be 200 word? Are you going to ask me this foolish question? I hope you can understand. 200 word में अगर तीनों लिखना है तो तीनों लिखना है. There, no detailing. But here, mantle can come as a detailing. So mantle has got so many things to explain. What is to be explained over there? Inner mantle, outer mantle, 80% of the volume, 60% of the weight, outer mantle, then asthenosphere, then convection. काफी कुछ है लिखने के लिए. True or not? What is the transition layer called? ऊपर मोहो discontinuity, नीचे Gutenberg, in between rapidity, and at the bottom the transition layer is called the D double dash layer. A lot of content. Beginners learn to write short notes. What is short note? What is it? Where is it? How is it? What is the dimension? It starts from 100 kilometer depth to 2885 depth. याद कर लो. Do you understand? Core पे क्या लिखोगे? Core पर. Core पे we will say that the story started with an inner core which is molten. Yes sir? Molten. And then, like we were looking at this thing, more studies revealed that there is something happening with the seismic waves. So they said, no, it cannot be what? Molten alone, they must be solid also. वो भी explain करो. that we have an inner core which is solid, which is almost the size of the radius of Pluto. True? लिख सकते हैं, लिखना चाहिए, मतलब if we are talking about this should be. अच्छा, one more thing. Why has this been created? So if I was writing about core and other things, so mantle may I will write the rock type also. I will say mantle is peridotite. I'll say asthenosphere is olivine minerals and partially melted peridotite. I'll say in the mantle, it was expected that the heavy things would have gone inside, and they really thought that it should be iron. So when they looked at iron, so iron ki density should have come to 15 gram per centimeter cube if it was holy iron. But is it 15? No, it is not 15 if it was pure iron. So that gave the scientists the idea that it may not be pure iron, it has to be nickel and iron. So the nickel or iron ko mila ke we came to a combined one, then it came like this. Is everyone okay with this? Now I want to tell you an interesting thing, everyone, an interesting thing. So I was in the school, and science students are given this experiment that they are given a wire coil. Is that wire coil? And this wire coil is made to rotate. ये क्या करेगी? रोटेट करेगी. और इसमें वायर में there is current flowing. So there is current in this wire if you touch this wire, and this wire is rotating. This coil is rotating. It's like you can imagine a TT bat with a outline of a TT bat, table tennis bat, and it is rotating. And I was told that if you bring a magnetizable material over here, it will turn into a magnet north and south. Yes, ऐसा सुना आपने? Magnetizable material. ऐसा नहीं wood लेकर आएंगे. Material. So नीली ने कहा galvanization. नीली जान मत लो, ऐसे नहीं होता है galvanization. Yes. So magnetism will be created. हाँ, सर्वेश्वर ने कहा सर ऐसे तो डायनामो बनता है. इसको हम साइंस में कहते हैं EM इंडक्शन, इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. Okay. You stop the current and the coil, what will happen to this material? Will it still attract anything? No. Magnetism gone. जब तक तेरे पैर चलेंगे तब तक इसकी सांसें चलेंगी. Yes. महान व्यक्ति गब्बर सिंह ने ऐसे विचार व्यक्त किए थे कि नहीं किए थे? हेमा मालिनी जी को, जिससे पहले कि वो चुनाव जीतती, उनको बताया था जब तक तेरे पैर चलेंगे. True. जब तक ये कॉइल चलेगी, as long as the coil is rotating and the current is passing through it, this piece is a metal. This metallic piece will act as a magnet. What do we call this? As a dynamo. Is everyone okay? So what is this? This is called temporary magnetism. बचपन में have you played with magnet? Those magnets are permanent magnets. अगर आपने बचपन में ऐसी बार मैग्नेट से खेला है आपने, ब्लू, रेड, नॉर्थ, साउथ खेला है ना? Those are called permanent magnet. Their poles are also same, north और south. हमेशा polarity ही रहती है. इसमें क्या है? If you reverse the direction of the current or the direction of rotation, what will happen? South will become north, north will become south. Do we understand this? So if you are a humanities student who's listening to this for the first time, if you want to generate magnetic field by current, you can do this. ठीक है? कहाँ पर होता है ये? आपने सुना है maglev train? सुना है maglev train? मैग्नेटिक लेविटेशन से जो ट्रेन चलती है, maglev trains जापान में, वो पटरी पर बैठती नहीं है, वो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में चलती है. करेक्ट? Opposite is also true. If you have a magnetic field and you rotate a coil in that, it will generate current. तो कहाँ पर होता है? आपके जनरेटर्स में करंट जनरेट हो जाएगा. Do we get that? ये मैं आपको क्या बता रहा हूँ? साइंस बता रहा हूँ. क्या टॉपिक है? इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. बट ये कब तक चलता है? As long as the coil is moving. Up to what time can you access the video? As long as your subscription is active. But if somebody is given lifetime membership of an academy, lifetime subscription, वो क्या हो गया? Permanent subscriber. कभी भी ऑन करें. Yes or no? You people are subscription में. So you are temporary subscription, yes, or time bound subscription. They can be permanent. Do we get that? अब ऐसा देखा गया कि Earth has a magnetic field. Planet Earth has a magnetic field. So it was found that if this is the axis of Earth, geometric north and geometric south, it was found that there is a magnetic north and magnetic south also. Earth has got a magnetic field inside it. North, south. And I want to tell you, magnetic field means invisible field lines running from north to south are there. So we can feel that magnetic field of Earth because of the magnetizable material. Say for example, if there is iron somewhere, तो वहां पे magnetize होता है. Have you heard लद्दाख में एक magnet hill है? There is a hill called magnet hill, which will attract the cars and trucks, everything. ऐसे बहुत जगह पर देखा गया magnetic field. So now this made the scholars think that who has put a magnet inside the Earth? Who has put a magnet inside the Earth? Where did it come from? And तो ये भी नहीं पता था Earth is layered. They thought there must be a magnet, but today we know that there is nothing like that. There is solid, there is liquid, and all those things. So initially thought of, first of all, we experienced magnetic property of Earth. Initially it was thought of that it is a permanent magnet. Later on we had to drop. और हमारा magnet क्या है? Non-permanent magnet. And how is it created? The only way is EM induction. अभी किसी ने टेम्परेचर बोल दिया, क्यों बोल दिया कुछ कह नहीं सकते. प्रियांशु, टेम्परेचर से कैसे मैग्नेटिज्म होगा बच्चे बता दो. टेम्परेचर से मैग्नेट कैसे होगा जल्दी बताओ. प्रकाश डालें कि क्या होता है टेम्परेचर से मैग्नेट. What is magnet and temperature? अच्छा, you wanted to write temporary. ठीक है, तो अपना क्या है temporary वो है. So does that mean that we might lose it also someday? Is it possible that we will lose it? So this Earth's magnetism is called geomagnetism. Geomagnetism, and we are going to look at how does it get created. How does it get created? तो ऐसा देखा गया कि अर्थ का नॉर्थ पोल, and this is MNP, magnetic north pole, and this is magnetic south pole. They do not coincide with the geographical north and south pole. Remember, geographical north and south pole पे तो क्या हो रहा है? Rotation हो रहा है. What is happening? That is rotation, no? But magnetic north pole and south pole are moved away. In fact, it is somewhere in the northern Canada. Northern Canada में, around Prince of Wales Island. Prince of Wales Island के पास में. So if this is Canada, everyone remember Canada. तो यहां पर कहीं पर मैग्नेटिक नॉर्थ पोल है. मैग्नेटिक नॉर्थ पोल इज समवेयर इन कनाडा, इन द आइलैंड. एंड वेयर इज मैग्नेटिक साउथ पोल? मैग्नेटिक साउथ पोल इज आल्सो नॉट इन अंटार्कटिका. वो अंटार्कटिका के बाहर है, ओशन में. इट इज इन द ओशन, 68 डिग्री साउथ, 143 डिग्री ईस्ट. डू वी गेट दैट? Does it pass through the center of Earth? No, it does not even pass through the center of Earth. ऐसा है. अगर लाइन लें, this is the center of Earth, so it doesn't even pass through the center of Earth. इसमें भी गैप है of around 1200 kilometers. So who has told us this? Who has told us this? The geologist. They found out that Earth has a magnetic field. Earth is not a permanent magnet. Earth is not a permanent magnet. It is created. Get that? It is because of the dynamo effect. तो ये कैसे हुआ? How did we get our magnetism? And if Earth is magnetized, why other planets are not magnetized? Some होना चाहिए magnetic field, because all of them were formed similar way or not? Mantle convection से हुआ. Okay, mantle convection. So mantle से हुआ. सौरभ और बताइए. Earth's rotation and convective current. Okay. So Earth is rotating and convection is happening. Perfect. कोई तो साइंस लगाइए ना. मेटालिक मटेरियल. प्रियंका, मेटालिक मटेरियल होने से तो मैग्नेट नहीं हो जाता. एल्यूमिनियम में तो मैग्नेटिज्म नहीं होता है. धनंजय सिंह, रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट. रेडियो एक्टिव एलिमेंट्स, यूरेनियम हैज गॉट नथिंग टू डू विद दिस. साइंस जो पढ़ाया वो तो लगाओगे नहीं, ये लगना है कहीं पर. चंचला इज सेइंग आयरन इन द कोर. आयरन इन द कोर से कुछ नहीं होता है. कहीं पर भी आपके घर में आयरन रखता हूं चंचला, विल इट टर्न इनटू मैग्नेट? नहीं. रोटेशन ऑफ मिनरल्स लाइक आयरन. सो अमित, लेट अस टेक आयरन एंड उसको घुमाने लगते हैं, विल इट टर्न इनटू मैग्नेट? साइंस बताया ना पहले तो साइंस बताया. इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. क्या चीजें चाहिए एवरीवन? व्हाट इज नीडेड फॉर मैग्नेटिज्म टू बी प्रोड्यूस्ड? करंट चाहिए. करंट चाहिए. व्हाट इज करंट? चार्ज इन मोशन. ठीक है. सेकंड क्या चाहिए? मैग्नेटाइजेबल मटेरियल. वी नीड करंट एंड वी नीड मैग्नेटाइजेबल मटेरियल. तो शुभम कह रहे हैं मेंटल कन्वेक्शन. तो शुभम, मेंटल कन्वेक्शन तो हीट एक्सचेंज करता है. हाउ कैन हीट एक्सचेंज क्रिएट मैग्नेटिज्म? रॉक्स आर मूविंग. रेहान बोला कोलिजन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स कहां से आए? रेहान, कौन सी साइंस पढ़ रहे हो? कौन सी किताब से पढ़ रहे हो? लूसेंट से तो नहीं पढ़ रहे हो? उससे पहले साइंस बताया मैंने तो कहीं कोलिजन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन नहीं बताया. Who said collision of electron leads to magnetism? ये तो मैंने कहीं नहीं सुना, ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं होता. मैग्नेटिक पोलैरिटीज होती है. मेंटल करंट मेंटल में करंट से क्या हो जाएगा भाई? कोलिजन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन और ये और कुछ. ओके एवरीवन, चलिए छोड़िए. गुड दैट यू ट्राई. मैं हूं ना, मेरा काम है आंसर देना. चार्जेस इनसाइड द अर्थ सरफेस. कहां से आया भाई चार्ज? पहला क्या चाहिए एवरीवन? वी नीड अ कॉइल विथ चार्ज इन मोशन. ठीक है. तो पहली बात तो अर्थ का मैग्नेटाइजेशन विल हैपन इन एरियाज वेयर मैग्नेटाइजेबल मटेरियल इज देयर. दिस इज, इफ यू रिमेंबर स्कूल में मैंने सुना था एल निको. मैंने याद किया था कि मैग्नेट के लिए ये मटेरियल काम कर सकते हैं. एल्यूमिनियम, निकल, कोबाल्ट. जैसे ना आयरन, एल्यूमिनियम, निकल, कोबाल्ट, ये एल्यूमिनियम में काम करता है. पैराडाया अनिर्बाण दिखाने की जरूरत नहीं है. आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन पैरामैग्नेटिक, डायमैग्नेटिक. आई एम सेइंग आई नीडेड दिस, सो दिस वर्क्स. निकल एंड आयरन इज देयर. सो पहले तो मैं क्या देखूंगा? वेयर विल आई क्रिएट अ इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक, वेयर कैन इट बी क्रिएटेड? तो पहली बात तो कोर में क्रिएट हो सकती है. कोर में इट कैन बी क्रिएटेड. अब पहली चीज मुझे क्या चाहिए? करंट मींस चार्ज इन मोशन. कैसे आएगा वहां पे? करंट कैसे लेकर जाऊं? ठीक है. ओके. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ स्टार्स लाइक सुपरनोवा एक्सप्लोजन? हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ अ न्यूट्रॉन स्टार? हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ अ ब्लैक होल? यस. डू यू नो व्हाट stars? Some stars are magnetic. They have their magnetic field. Some stars have their magnetic field. So this is sun. In its orbit around sun is earth. Is everyone okay? And in the earth we have the liquid inner core. Is everyone okay? A star passes in the vicinity. A star passes in the vicinity. What star? A strong magnetic star. So star will have what? Its magnetic field. Yes or no? Star has magnetic field. Everyone, if I have a magnetic field and I start rotating a coil in that, what will happen in the coil? अभी बताया था. If I start rotating a coil in a magnetic field, what will happen? So current will be produced. Generator. Yes or no? Everyone, do we have a magnetic field because of the star? Is the coil rotating? Which coil, sir? Is the inner core moving or not? Liquid moving or not? Can inner core get current? Not inner core, sorry, outer core. Outer liquid core. Liquid चाहिए ना? Outer liquid core gets current by the process of electromagnetic induction. इसको बोलते हैं induced current. Is everyone okay? Star goes, is bye bye, story finish. So now outer current has got what? Outer core has got what? Everyone, outer core has got what? Earth, liquid outer core. Liquid outer core has got charges. Charge in motion is called current. Everyone, tell me, if there is a coil, a rotating coil, so is this in motion or not? If I have a rotating coil, everyone, if I have a rotating coil and it has charge passing through it, what does it generate around? What does it create? A magnetic field, which can be induced in what? A magnetizable material. Yes or no? Coil is rotating, it has current also, and I have a magnetizable material in the center. What is that? Inner solid core. Will it turn into a magnet or not? It turns into a magnet. Earth gets its magnetic field. True. So why does Earth has a magnetism or geomagnetism? What is the secret behind geomagnetism? Dual core. If Earth had all solid core, would there be electromagnetic induction? No. Why Earth does not have all solid? Why is some part liquid? Why is some part still liquid inside Earth? Sir, because of temperature, because of heat. रेहान अभी भी डेंसिटी से सोच रहा है लिक्विड. क्या नशे में है यार? अंदर डेंसिटी से लिक्विड बनेगा टेम्परेचर में. ओके एवरीवन, वेयर डिड द हीट कम फ्रॉम? सर रेसिडुअल हीट. इज अर्थ लूजिंग दैट हीट? चला मैंने प्रेशर नहीं बताया. कहाँ से ला रहे हो? तांत्रिक बाबा के आइडिया मत लगाओ. सिंपल बताया मैंने तो भाई. रेसिडुअल हीट से आया हीट. कल भी बताया था, कल भी बोला. आपके आंसर से पता चल रहा है आपने फाउंडेशन नहीं किया. आप मजे में करते जाओ, कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. रेसिडुअल हीट. ओके. इज अर्थ लूजिंग दैट हीट? Can a point come that Earth becomes cool enough that its outer core is no longer liquid? The day that happens, what will happen to our magnetic field? Magnetic field stops. Get it? Magnetic field gone. Will it go? Get that? Magnetic field has a very protective role for something. What is that? Our atmosphere. Our atmosphere is protected against the solar flares. Remember? So if magnetic field protection is gone, what will happen to our atmosphere? It will be washed off, like the one happened in Mercury. Do we get that? Which one has greater residual heat? Earth or Mars? Which one has greater residual heat inside it? Earth or Mars? Earth, because Earth is bigger, Mars is smaller. So who will cool faster? Mars will cool faster. So did Mars have a magnetic field? Yes. Did Mars have an atmosphere? Do they tell you the Mars orbiter? Does it tell you उनके पास पास में atmosphere था? Yes. What happened to the atmosphere of Mars? Lost. Why was it lost? It was there as long as it was magnet. When it cooled, its outer core also turned solid. There was not sufficient heat to keep it melted. So Mars lost its magnetic field. Mars lost its atmosphere. Now we can see there are when we take a picture of Mars, the surface, we find river valleys. We find wind eroded surfaces. Yeah, there must be wind, because now landform can tell you what is the process over there. A trained geomorphologist or geologist can tell no that this plane or this surface is created by this process. That's perfectly okay. So you can see there is some meandering, you can see some delta formation, but there is no water over there. So that gives us an idea. कुछ तो है इधर, पानी था कभी. So we are looking for water. Then we look at wind type erosion. Yeah, this is so dry. Wind has also eroded, but where is the wind? There is no atmosphere. That means in the past it would have been there. Do you understand? The job of a scientist is a very credible job. So we are looking for water on Mars. We are looking for secrets. What would have happened? Do we get that? So Earth's magnetism is not from outside, but because of Earth's unique internal dual core. And as long as this dual core is there, as long as electromagnetic induction is happening, we will have magnetism. अच्छा एक बात बताया था मैंने आपको. If the coil is rotating like this, it will create magnetism. But if the coil starts rotating opposite, will the magnetism be still there? So magnetism will still be there, but north will become south, south will become north. Ah, yes or no? True. Inside the Earth, this thing also, it has been seen that this one reverses. क्या बात कर रहे हो sir? If this reverses, what will happen to the polarity? North will turn into south, and south will turn into north. Magnetic pole. This is called polar reversal. So poles will reverse. Magnetic north will turn into magnetic south. So ये भी देखा गया. So Earth is a dynamo. Earth is a dynamo. D-Y-N-A-M-O. Dynamo means where magnetism is created because of current, and it is a variable dynamo. It is a variable dynamo. Do we get that? True. Everyone okay? So field lines, everything will change. Everything will change because of that. But problem ये है ना, आपको और मुझे तो magnetic field पता ही नहीं, इसलिए पता नहीं चलता, पढ़ाना भी मुश्किल है. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, everyone, how many of you are good with directions? कहीं पर भी छोड़ देंगे आप अपना रास्ता ढूंढ के घर आ जाते हो. कंपल्सन नहीं, आपको एक नेचुरल सेंस है. यू हैव अ नेचुरल सेंस ऑफ डायरेक्शन. इधर जाना चाहिए, इधर जाना चाहिए, कहीं पर भी होते खुद ही नहीं आ जाते हो. ब्रॉडली इट गोस. यस. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर पुअर विद डायरेक्शंस? यार देख, डायरेक्शन वगैरह मत पूछा कर, ये सब मेरी समझ नहीं आता. आई एम ऑफन लॉस्ट. हाँ, न्यू एरियाज में भी कुछ लोगों का कुछ सेंस होता है. एक बार ले गए उधर से, वंस यू टेक समवन ओवर देयर, दैट पर्सन उसके दिमाग में रजिस्टर हो जाता है. कुछ नॉट गूगल मैप्स. आई एम सेइंग आपको, ठीक है, तो आप सिटी में ले गए. अच्छा, यहाँ तो फिर भी लैंडमार्क होता है that that shop will come, that cinema hall will come, or that school will come, then you take a left turn and then the fourth lane you turn like this. When you are on ocean, you can be lost. Have you heard of people getting lost in the desert? क्योंकि सारी डायरेक्शन में सिर्फ सैंड ही दिख रहा है. There is no landmark. सिटी में तो फिर भी होता है ना, there is something that can act as a landmark. Okay, I have to turn left, right, this is my memory thing and all that. Your school friend's home, I remember, yeah, that fun wala fellow, you take a left turn and then that is, no, there is a narrow lane to his house next to that temple or something like that. But when it is open, will you be lost or not? True or not? अब एक बात बताओ, साइबेरिया से चला एक बर्ड, comes to Sambar Lake, no GPS, no nothing, no roads over there. Not only bird, papa bird, even baby bird. True or not? And they never lose their direction. They never lose their direction. Funny thing, okay, this is Vancouver Island. Vancouver Island में मछली पैदा होती है. This मछली is called salmon. Fish is born salmon. खुशबू saying sir they use flyway. हाँ, खुशबू उधर ना चूने से लाइन डाली हुई है ना, ऐसे चूना डाल रखा है, ओ बी इन द फ्लाईवे, ऑल बर्ड्स बेबी बर्ड्स प्लीज, दिस इज द फ्लाईवे, अन अकेडमी टीचर टोल्ड अस दीज आर द फ्लाईवेज, इंटरनेशनल फ्लाईवेज, सर को सब आता था, ठीक है। और ऊपर चलते चलते ऐप ऑन कर गए जल्दी से, अन अकेडमी टीचर्स विल टेल अस वेयर टू लैंड, ओके नाउ यू आर क्रॉसिंग हिमालयस, द जेट स्ट्रीम इज कमिंग, है ना, सर फ्लाईवे से आ रहा है। तो ये सामन बहुत सही फिश है, सामन इज एन अमेजिंग फिश, एनाड्रोमस फिश। What is an anadromous fish? It takes birth in fresh water and lives in sea water. Spend all the life in sea water. Born in fresh water, born in a river, creek or something, and will move out, go into the ocean. ठीक है। उसके बाद now this fish wants to lay eggs and die. It will come back after years. Yes. परेशान परिंदा will come back. Will find out exactly the correct river, और जहां पैदा हुआ तो वहीं जाके अंडे देकर मर जाएगा। तो कोई समझाए यार, मतलब हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल, हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल। इफ आई आस्क यू ना डेट टुडे, कई लोगों को डेट नहीं याद रहती, इफ आई आस्क यू द डे टुडे, सर डेट तो याद है, डे नहीं याद है, समथिंग लाइक दैट, डू यू गेट इट। एंड इफ आई आस्क यू द फेज ऑफ मून टुडे, आज चांद बताओ कैसा है, सर मून, फुल मून, हाफ मून, क्रेसेंट मून, सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता। व्हाट डू यू मीन सर, हाउ वुड आई नो। मुझे एक बात बताओ, ये टर्टल जो होती है, टर्टल नोज व्हेन विल, वो हिमांशु बोले रात में देखेंगे, turtle knows when will the moon be full moon or no moon, because of that highest tide is going to be there and that is the day I will go and lay my eggs. Eggs की भी तैयारी है, उसी दिन जाके अंडा देगा। Why? Because at high tide the water rises, so it goes maximum landwards. वो जाकर उधर अंडा दे देगा, because after that the sea will not reach there, because after that low tide हो जाएगा ना, after that the moon तो फट जाएगा, so the predators will not feed on the अंडा। One day, one night they will go and उधर जाके, how will the this thing turtles come back? Oh, next month when the tide is again there, that night all of them will hatch, all of them will hatch and they will move towards the sea, और उस दिन sea जाएगा, उनको लेकर आ जाएगा सबको। And I also want to tell you, some of them are fools, बुद्धू टाइप, इनके डायरेक्शन रॉन्ग होता है, instead of moving towards the sea they will start moving towards the land, उसकी तो निकल ली। And I want to tell you, nature is so smart, the birds are all waiting, वो भी वेट कर रहे हैं, ये अंडा खुलेगा, माल निकलेगा, आज खाना है, और अगर उसमें जो सी की तरफ जाना है उसको तो आज ही खा लेना, बीच में जाके अटैक देम, एंड द वन हु इज गोइंग टुवर्ड्स लैंड, ये तो कल भी मिलेगा, ये तो खुद ही मरा हुआ मिलेगा, कोई टेंशन नहीं। ये सुनो, ये यूपीएससी लेवल का स्टूडेंट है, इसको कोई अकल नहीं है, ये डजंट इवन नो कि सिंपली यू कैन गो टू द सी, पीडीएफ कलेक्ट करने लैंड की तरफ जा रहा है, इसको ऐप लेना है, ऐप में एडमिशन लेगा, ये 4 कछुआ मिलके एक ऐप शेयर करेंगे, ये सुनो, 1 सब्सक्रिप्शन 4 ऑफ देम, इनको कल खाएंगे, डोंट वरी, लेट दीस फूल्स डू व्हाटएवर दे वांट टू। आई एम जस्ट वंडरिंग, तुम लोगों को एक सिंपल डायग्राम नहीं याद रहता, इधर एक टर्टल गेट्स टू नो व्हेन द टाइड विल बी देयर, मतलब आई एम तो जस्ट वंडरिंग व्हाट इज इट दैट मेक्स इट हैपन। Scientists say that there's so many things which are beyond human imagination, and the magnetic field has a big role to play in that. Yes, have you heard of IR वाले vision वाले cameras? रात को अंधेरे में आपको कुछ नहीं दिख रहा, नाइट विजन कैमरा में दिखता है। Why? Because they are not operating in the visible spectrum, they are operating in the infrared spectrum. ऐसा ना, वो heat sensing वो आप देखते हैं, रेड फिगर चल रहा है, true or not? So these people are sensitive to the magnetic field. So somebody said फर्क क्या पड़ता है मैग्नेटिक फील्ड अगर रिवर्स हो जाए, तुम्हें कुछ नहीं पड़ता, उसको तो पड़ता है, yes or no? Doesn't make a difference. True. What is happening in Venezuela? What is happening in Venezuela? So hyperinflation, sir. उधर बहुत महंगाई हो गई है. What is happening in श्रीलंका? सर वहाँ भी बहुत ज़्यादा इन्फ्लेशन हो रही है. Does it impact the donkeys living in India? Does it impact the horse living in India? Does it impact the tiger living in India? Tiger दोनों खाने का. भाई सुना है वेनेजुएला में बड़ी महंगाई चल रही है. Seriously यार, the currency has got devaluated. मैंने अभी अनअकैडमिक एजुकेटर से सुना, I think इकोनॉमी फेलो, गॉड ऑफ इकोनॉमी. बहुत सही यार, पीडीएफ में सब लिखा था. ये तू खाना घास का, कोई भरोसा नहीं, कल रहेगा नहीं रहेगा. Nonsense. For them, inflation doesn't mean anything. तो तुम लोग के लिए मैग्नेटिक फील्ड क्या फर्क पड़ता है सर, ऐसे जा रहा है ऐसे जा रहा है, मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, तुमको नहीं पड़ रहा है, वो बेचारा ऐसे जाता, सडनली वो बेचारा रास्ता भूल गया, ऐसा नो, एंड देन ह्यूमन बीइंग्स ऐसे भूले हुए को फिर हम शिकार भी करेंगे, ट्रू और नॉट। टर्टल्स कैलकुलेशन गोज रॉन्ग, बिग चैलेंज उनका तो सर्वाइवल है। होमवर्क मैग्नेटिक फील्ड के यूजेस, वन ऑफ द यूजेस इज नेविगेशन। हम लोगों ने तो नेविगेशन हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ मैग्नेटिक नीडल, मैग्नेटिक नॉर्थ पोल साउथ पोल, तो हमने तो कर लिया, हमने तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डिवाइसेस बना लिए, जायरो कंपास हैज कम, वी डोंट यूज मैग्नेटिक कंपास, वो जरूरत पड़ी तब, नेचर में तो है, सो दैट इज देयर। इज एवरीवन ओके? सो जियो मैग्नेटिज्म समझ में आया? जियो मैग्नेटिज्म टॉपिक आपके सिलेबस में इसलिए करवाया। प्लीज राइट डाउन। शुभम इज सेइंग यू आर नॉट विजिबल, क्या बात कर लो, मैं अदृश्य हो गया हूं, मैं अनंत में तो नहीं समा गया हूं। मिस्टर इंडिया हो गए सर आप। सर आई थिंक आई नीड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड टू सी यू। यस, चलो जल्दी से लिखो, जियो मैग्नेटिज्म, प्लैनेट अर्थ, जियो मैग्नेटिज्म। दीपिका बोल रही है ब्रेक। So everyone, 1 minute break. Okay, 2 minutes break. 2 minutes break. Everyone, 2 minutes break. Please complete your sheet. Whatever you want to ask me, you can ask me also in this 2 minutes break. Everyone. टाइम देख ले, टाइम देख लिया मैंने। और कुछ लोग को तो मैं पहले ही अदृश्य दिखने लगा था। They would have already taken break. मास्टर तो है नहीं, गायब है। सर, हाउ एनिमल्स रिएक्ट आफ्टर पोलर रिवर्सल? ताकि मुझे लगता है एक मास वो होता है, रुदाली टाइप ना, सब रोते हैं, अरे यार पलट गया, आओ भाई क्या करें, ये भी कोई देश है, दुनिया है। दिस फेलो यूक्रेन देख लो, हमारे साथ तो यूक्रेन हो गया। एनिमल कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं? यूपीएससी का फॉर्म भर देते हैं, नहीं भरेंगे इस बार। मैग्नेटिक रिवर्सल हैज हैपेंड। खुशी says I was right or wrong that bird use flyway. खुशी, bird fly, we call their roots as flyway. That is the answer. Birds fly, we human beings call their root as flyway. Akshay says that as you said, for Mars not developing magnetic field, similarly for other planets also some or other reason doesn't apply. Yeah, absolutely, Akshay, it will apply. Say for example, Venus doesn't have a magnetic field, but Venus may degassing is still happening. So it is keeping on, it is constantly, volcanoes are being erupted, but all that keeps on getting washed off also. Correct. Himansha is saying, sir, magnetic reversal से flare का threat बढ़ेगा. See, I want to tell you that everyone please understand this, that you are taking it as like कि reversal हो जाएगा ऐसे एक ही दिन में. It won't happen in one day. है ना? The magnetic field will turn weak. It may toggle. Yes. It may become strong, weak. वो change होता रहता है. जैसे अभी आपको मैंने बताया कि it is near Canada. अभी आप देखेंगे, I think 2019 में न्यूज आ रहा था that magnetic field of Earth is shifting from at a very fast pace. So वो change होता रहता है, but not in a human life scale. It will not happen in a human life scale. It will happen over a period of time, but it has happened, and we know of this. अच्छा, कैसे होगा? How do we know about it? How do we know that magnetic poles have reversed? ये पता कैसे चलता है? Ocean floor से पता चलता है। सोचो, how do we know that magnetic field has reversed? चलिए, 1 more minute left for the break. Think about this तब तक। Sir, a strong magnetic field start passing through vicinity, sir, animal behavior कैसा होगा? हिमांशा, maybe life was not there on the planet. तुम तो जबरदस्ती hypothetical sir. Animals को क्या हुआ? वैसे the cow was eating, the zebra was eating. भाई magnetic star जा रहा है, देख ऐसा हो गया होगा। नहीं, life ही नहीं थी. We are talking about there was no life. And you're asking, sir, when the magnetic star passed, तुम तो literally you think like I'm telling you Sindbad stories, and then you're like, भाई कैसा रहा होगा? तुम लोग सब क्या हातिम ताई देखते थे क्या? हातिम ताई, अलिफ लैला and all those things. भाई magnetic जा रहा है, सोच। वही सचिन सर ने जो बताया था, वही वाला, पकड़ इसको, पकड़। तुम लोग लगता है फ्री स्पेशल क्लासेस ज्यादा देख रहे हो, बुक पढ़ा करो, थोड़ा साइंस पुट इट इनटू एक्शन। Life came first in the form of bacteria around, I would say, 2 billion years ago, 2-3 billion years ago, okay? And human beings तो अभी million years आए, 2 million years, वो भी evolution starts. Yes. तो अगर आपने प्रोटिस्टा, फंजाई, है ना, और क्या किंगडम्स है हमारे पास? मोनेरा, प्लांट, और क्या? एनिमल। यहाँ पर है। अब आप मुझसे पूछो सर व्हेन द मैग्नेटिक स्टार वाज पासिंग हाउ डिड द एनिमल्स रिएक्ट? कुछ नहीं, आपस में एक दूसरे को सबको व्हाट्सएप पोस्ट भेजा था, भाई मैग्नेटिक निकल रहा है, देखना है देख ले, लाइफ टाइम इवेंट है, और थाली हो तो लेते आना, वी विल बैंग द थाली आल्सो। सर ये क्या, सिंपल। तब भी होता था, मतलब ऐतिहासिक काल में, वैदिक काल से भी पहले हमने थाली बजाई, तो पुरानी परंपरा। डू वी गेट दैट? बैठे बैठे कुछ भी क्वेश्चन पूछते हो, स्पेशल क्लास का टॉप लेवल क्वेश्चन पूछते हो स्पेशल क्लास में, इट्स ऑल स्पेशल। ये है ना 5 किंगडम, या मैंने गलत लिखा है? ये है? चलो ठीक है। तो कुछ कुछ आता है मुझे, ऐसी बात नहीं। प्रोटिस्टा ने कैसे रिएक्ट किया, पंजाई ने क्या रिएक्ट किया, आई जनरली डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हाउ वुड दे रिएक्ट। पंजाई सोचा नहीं यार, मैग्नेटिक स्टार जा रहा है, कैसे रिएक्ट करें। So please write down geomagnetism. और जिसने भी पूछा ये वाला क्वेश्चन सर हाउ डिड द एनिमल रिएक्ट, प्लीज बुरा मत मानना, ऐसे सचिन सर ने मेरा मजाक उड़ाया, मैंने मजाक नहीं उड़ाया, मुझे क्वेश्चन बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा, द ओनली आंसर व्हिच आई कुड थिंक ऑफ वाज दैट, सो आई जस्ट डेल्ट विद द क्वेश्चन, नॉट विद द पर्सन आस्किंग द क्वेश्चन। सो प्लीज राइट डाउन the magnetism associated with earth, the magnetism associated with earth is called geomagnetism, is called geomagnetism. Studies reveal that earth's magnetism is not a permanent magnetism, is not a permanent magnetism, rather it is a form of electromagnetic induction. With earth behaving rather it is a form of an electromagnetic induction, with earth behaving like a dynamo, producing its magnetic field on account of the dual nature of core, producing its magnetic field on account of the dual nature of earth's core. The liquid outer core has current on account of moving charges. It has current on account of moving charges, which further induces magnetic field, which further induces magnetism further induces magnetism in the solid inner core, induces magnetism in the solid inner core. Thus earth has a self-sustaining magnetic field. Please write down magnetic reversal. What is magnetic reversal? The polarity of Earth's dynamo, or magnetism is not permanent. Rather, it reverses randomly. In bracket, North Pole turns South Pole and vice versa. Yes, reverses randomly. अब मैं आपको बताना चाहता हूँ, there are two types of dynamo, periodic reversing and randomly reversing. Periodic reversing and randomly reversing. Periodic reversing is like the polarity will change at a fixed frequency. After so many years, polarity will change. Example, our sun. You will be surprised. Sun has a magnetic field. मैंने कहा ना stars के अपने magnetic field होते हैं. Sun has a magnetic field. उसकी polarity कब change होती है? Every 11 years. Every 11 years the polarity changes. But Earth is a random one. Random, reversing. Harsh is saying too frequent. तो आपने सुना है Harsh? Sunspot cycle. Every 11 years, the number of sunspot changes. Have you heard? On the surface of the sun, magnetic storms are coming. ऐसा सुना? Sunspot is related to magnetic storms on the surface of Earth. वो यही है. उसकी polarity change होती है. Yes. Earth on the other hand is random. Random. Last reversal took some 7,80,000 years ago. Yes. We have evidences. We have evidences in the last 3.5 billion years. We have evidences of this reversal. And the last one is there. So कब होगा, किस चीज से, like what will trigger it? So simple is, जब पाप बढ़ेगा तो पाप के अंत के लिए विनाश आएगा and प्रलय आएगी and all those things. You can add that. अगर मन हो उधर प्रलय and all, प्रलय नाथ वो जो आपने देखा, जब पृथ्वी पर पाप बढ़ेगा, पुतिन की हरकतें ऐसी होती रहेंगी and all that, and when people will group crying and all that, कयामत आएगी बिल्कुल. So why Earth's reversal is random? ताकि मूड स्विंग है भाई. अभी ऑब्जर्व किया, क्यों है पता नहीं. Yes sir, I have studied in current affairs magnetic field 2500 times stronger than Earth. खुशी, I तो want to tell you that अपना भी magnetic field भी तो वेरी करता है. The current, how much current is flowing, that is also dynamic. So वो change होता रहता है. अब हर चीज तो indirect sources से मिल रही. अब कुछ लोग यहाँ पे exactly पूछे, सर ये बताओ, okay everything is okay, please tell me whether I have typhoid or jaundice. अरे typhoid and jaundice I can do a blood test, no? Earth का थोड़ी ना हो सकता है. जो तो हमारा रैंडम क्यों है सर, उनका वो क्यों है? पाप, पुराने कर्म एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स लिख दे, कोई टेंशन. ठीक है. 1830 a scholar by the name Gauss यूनिट भी है ना मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की, मैग्नेटिज्म की. Gauss, he invented magnetometer. And the data shows that since then Earth's magnetic field has decreased. Since the time of this, जब से observe कर रहे हैं, Earth's magnetic field has decreased by 10%. Has reduced by 10%. Do we get that? But it fluctuates करता रहता है. And I told you the poles are also shifting. The shift भी होता रहेगा. So magnetic field. Tell me one thing, everyone. Something which is permanent will be like this. Something which is balanced. So balance तो shift हो सकता है ना. Think of a topic. लट्टू घूम रहा है. लट्टू हमेशा घूम रहा है तो वो थोड़ा ऐसा भी होगा अगर if it is impacted because of some reason, but it will keep on spinning. So what is it? This is the magnetic field. थोड़ा बढ़ रहा है, घट रहा है, थोड़ा इधर उधर, कभी-कभी पलट जाता है, फिर वही बैलेंस, फिर पलट जाएगा. So that is what is magnetic field. ठीक है. तो हमारे क्या काम आता है, ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के काम क्या आता है, नेविगेशन में काम आता है. यस और navigation. So everyone, this is north pole, this is south pole, and this is magnetic north pole. तो मैंने क्या किया, एक नीडल लिया. What did I do? I took a needle. What is it? This is a magnetic needle. What is this? This is a magnetic needle. I wanted to use it for direction finding in navigation. True or not? Is everyone okay? Everyone with me? So I take a magnetic needle. Now this is magnetic material. तो ये हमेशा कहाँ पर कहीं भी रखोगे तो क्या करेगा? It will turn around and point in which direction? Magnetic north pole. But am I interested in magnetic north pole or geographical north pole? तो मैं क्या करता हूँ? I measure this angle. This angle is theta. So what will I do? I will, whatever is there, say for example north pole is showing in this direction. I want to go to geographical north pole. What will I do? In my compass, see the compass is this, no? कितना होता है कंपास में? डिग्रीज कितनी होती है? 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 होता है ना ऐसे. So directions हो गई. True or not? Now this fellow is asking me to go here. He's saying that this is where north pole is, but I know north pole is not there. This is the magnetic north pole. So what will I do? I will add theta. थीटा को ऐड कर दो अपने आप, जो भी डायरेक्शन बता रहा है. If the theta is say for example 20 degrees, so what will I say? So if this was the direction of north pole, I'll add 20 degrees. So suppose this was 340, I'll add 20 तो automatically 60 हो जाएगा कि नहीं? 360. It will become correct. So this is an angle that we are calling, that theta is called magnetic declination. Yes or no? Can you see this magnetic declination is west of north-south line? but this can be east of north south line also. अगर मैं southern में देखने लगूं तो will it become east or not? True or not? So what is magnetic declination? Please लिखो the acute angle between magnetic north and geographic north. Magnetic north and geographic north expressed in degrees east or west of true north. Is everyone okay? ये मैग्नेटिक डिक्लिनेशन होता है, ये करेक्शन लगा दी जाती है सब जगह पर. तो जो मैप्स बनते हैं ना, वर्ल्ड के जो मैप्स होते हैं, वर्ल्ड के मैप्स होते हैं, उनमें जगह जगह पर कंपास का ऐसे सर्कल बना रहता है. So there is a world map, and in that this compass circle is there. So say for example, I have a map. I am here. This is US. This is Europe. Yes. This is Australia. This is Africa. Something like that. So wherever I am reaching, if I am here, I want to find out the North Pole. So what will I do? I will look for a correction. What will be the value of theta over here? What will be the value of theta? The value of theta will change from place to place. So उन्होंने calculate कर रखा है. What are these? These are world magnetic maps. World magnetic maps. और इन पर कौन सी लाइंस होती हैं? एगोनिक लाइंस. एगोनिक, जैसे आइसोथर्म होता है, आइसोबार होता है, इधर एगोनिक होती हैं. These are lines of zero declination. Zero declination. Zero declination कहाँ पर होगी? Everyone. Can you see this place will be zero declination? So they have made agonic lines and everything. ऐसे isogonic lines भी होती हैं, ऊपर नीचे जो जाती. So you don't have to get into that. So what I want to tell you was that these maps are there. These maps are there, and you will be able to find your north and south with these maps. But then you go to Russia, and Russia में एक region है. That region is called Kursk, and that is full of iron. Full of iron. If you go to Ladakh, to the Magnet Hill, yes sir. If you are in Ladakh to near the Magnet Hill and you take out the needle, magnetic needle, will it point towards magnetic North Pole or towards the hill? Take out a magnetic needle. It is supposed to point where? In the direction of the magnetic North Pole. But will it point there? No. It will point towards the hill. Yes or no? You take a magnetic needle ऐसे घर में लेकर बैठो और साथ में एक छोटी सी magnet लाके कर दो. So what will happen? अरे वो भूल जाएगा. Will point or not? So local things can also make an impact? Possible or not? So this is called anomaly. Magnetic anomaly. Up to now you know what is anomaly. Temperature anomaly, pressure anomaly, expected value से अगर different आएगा, so that is called anomaly. So human beings, we use it for navigation. We also know that atmospheric protection is also connected with it. True or not? Atmospheric protection is also connected with this. So ये हो गया हमारा magnetism and Earth's interior. Is my class comfortable with that? If you have any questions, please ask. सर्वे किया जाता है, सब कुछ किया जाता है, तब ये मैप्स बनते हैं. एंड देन इफ देयर इज एनी वेरिएशन, वो होता है. उसी तरह से एक चीज होती है, मैग्नेटिक डिप भी होती है. मैग्नेटिक डिप और इंक्लिनेशन. डिक्शनरी वर्क करना इसको, होमवर्क डिक्शनरी वर्क. डिक्लिनेशन इज द हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट एंड डिप इज द वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट ऑफ मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. आपकी किसी काम करनी है, बट फिर भी द वर्ड कम्स सो दैट यू आर नॉट इनटू दैट, यू डोंट गो इनटू अ शॉक. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज देयर. Seismic waves, indirect evidence, Earth's interior, all layers, crust, mantle, core. Have I given you the properties? Have we understood it? Do we know what is the asthenosphere? अब ये वाला जो पार्ट है लिथोस्फीयर का, that lithosphere is the top 100 kilometers, which is crust plus outer mantle. तो उसमें अब क्या आ जाएगा? अब आ जाएगा tectonic geomorphology. Remember, there is something called as process geomorphology. Similarly, there is tectonic geomorphology, a branch of geomorphology, which is about the movement of lithosphere. वो आज नहीं करा रहा हूँ, छोटा टॉपिक करवाते हैं. छोटा टॉपिक इज earthquake. Remember, हमारे सिलेबस में earthquake है या नहीं है? So seismic wave किया है, why not do earthquake then? So what do you know about earthquake? Quickly, whatever you know about earthquake. Whatever you know about earthquake, जल्दी से लिख दो, लिख डालो. What are earthquakes? Shaking of upper surface, movement of tectonic plate. Anirban, movement of tectonic plate is not earthquake. Destruction due to surface wave, no Priyanka. अगर destruction नहीं होगा तो earthquake नहीं कहलाएगा. Wrong. Shaking of earth surface, tremors on earth surface, sudden shaking of earth. Okay. Sudden release of energy. Perfect. Himansha says sudden shaking of earth, sudden change in earth crust due to force inside. Okay. So एक तो चीज है catastrophic. These are catastrophic movements. Can I call them earth movements? है ना? So जो vocabulary में, whatever we got in the vocabulary, we must use that. So these are earth movements. ये तो ठीक है, मानना पड़ेगा. So this so we will have to agree, and we will agree. Okay. ठीक है. When two blocks of earth suddenly slip past one another. अगर स्लिप नहीं करेगा तो क्या अर्थक्वेक नहीं होगा? दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम ना. सो व्हेन यू यूज दीस टर्म्स, सो वो जरूरी नहीं. दैट इज वन ऑफ द केस. चलिए तो मैं लिखवा देता हूं. सिंपल और याद करने लायक. राइट लेस से मोर शॉक्स और सीरीज ऑफ शॉक्स और ट्रेमर्स. Shock, series of shock or tremors due to sudden movement of crustal rocks. कैसा ना? क्वेश्चन थोड़ा सा लिखना पड़ेगा. कैटास्ट्रोफिक शेकिंग ऑफ अर्थ. देख लो भाई, मैंने तो यूज कर लिए. अब एग्जाम में हमें मार्क्स चाहिए, तो आपको वोकैबुलरी अगर आपके पास है तो अच्छी बात है. इफ यू हैव दैट, अगर नहीं है तो लिख लो यार, काम आएगी. ठीक है. तो इसमें क्या होता है? एसोसिएटेड विद सडन रिलीज ऑफ एनर्जी. इसको हम कहते हैं लॉक्ड अप एनर्जी. लॉक्ड अप एनर्जी. सो इन द crustal plates energy is locked up. Yes, energy is locked up, and that is going to be released. Is everyone okay? At which place? At focus or hypocenter. Seismic focus और hypocenter पे होता है. कहां पर होता है? Where is it located? Hypocenter. So inside the earth there are three layers. Where all can it come? Where all can it come? So कहां पे? किसी भी लेयर से आता है या एक लेयर से, दो लेयर से? Quickly. Where is it coming from? Crust से आता है. He's saying a lithosphere. Raki is saying lithosphere. So crust versus lithosphere. Give it a thought quickly. Crust versus lithosphere. Give it a thought. Have you given it a thought? Lithosphere. So lithosphere से आता है. Normally earthquakes are formed due to faulting and subsidence. Faulting means cracking, or subsidence. Subsidence in faulting and subsidence in plate boundaries, as well as sliding past of plates. So tectonic plates are there. They are locked into each other. ये आपस में locked है. So ये ऐसे गया, ये ऐसे गया. Or they are tectonic plates. They are colliding with each other. So when they collide, one plate goes beneath the other one. तो यहाँ पर stress build up होता है. This is subduction. Is everyone able to appreciate this? Two plates are there. So this is going down. Subduction. कभी-कभी two plates are, one plate is cracking and going apart. When the plate cracks, so यहाँ पर भी fault आएगा ना. Fault की वजह से भी energy release होता है, and that is why it is happening. Is everyone with me on this? So we are talking about this. Everyone clear? Perfect. Now what? Faulting and subsidence in plate boundaries. The energy released is in the form of seismic waves. Seismic waves are of two types. What are the two types? Body waves and surface waves. ये भी बता चुका हूँ. Body waves and surface waves. नहीं, P&S नहीं बच्चे. ये तो आया focus. It's the epicenter. Epicenter से they are radiating in all directions. Yes or no? So जो अंदर से आ रही हैं, ये कौन सी आ रही हैं? Body waves. Primary and secondary. और यहाँ पर क्या है? RL. These are called surface waves. R stands for Rayleigh waves. L stands for low waves. Do we get that? Rayleigh and low waves. P को हमने देखा is longitudinal. S is transverse. What are these? What are these? These are a combination of transverse and longitudinal. They are a mix of it. So everyone, this is the surface. So you know P wave travels like this. Everyone, is it okay? P wave travels like this. S wave travels like this. P wave in the direction of propagation. Is everyone okay? Appreciating P wave? Yes. So what is P wave doing? Up, down, up, down, up, down. And what is S wave doing? It is going like this. So now everyone please understand, when the P wave comes and hits, what does it do to the surface? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Happening or not? So which wave? So longitudinal wave. Vibrate to ho raha hai, vibrate to hoga hi hoga. But it is going up and down. Yes. But now what is next wave is coming? So this is going up and down and next wave comes and hits it. Now what will happen? Up and down is still happening, but so is it a mix of two motions or not? So that is why they are called a combination of both transverse and. Is everyone clear with this? तो यदि हमको समझ में आ गया, थोड़ा सा हमें visualization करना आना चाहिए about earthquake. We get questions on earthquake, seismic waves, everything, so we must be able to do that. Everyone with me on this? Chaliye, so what else am I talking about? Just a minute. Next is types of earthquake. Okay. Number one, based on depth of focus. So if the focus is 0 to 100 meter, that is called shallow focus. Okay. 100 to 400 kilometer की बात कर, 100 to 400 kilometer, intermediate focus. 400 to 700, this is called deep focus. Everyone with me? Shallow focus, intermediate focus, and deep focus. In kilometers. So we will pucha, where does the earthquake come from? So earthquake comes from which layers? Lithosphere. Yes or no? And ये कहाँ पर आ गया? Asthenosphere. ये कहाँ पर आ गया? यहाँ फोकस पाए जाते हैं. क्लियर? अब कैसे ये बनते हैं तीन फोकस? जब प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स सिखाऊंगा तो आई विल बी टेलिंग यू दैट आल्सो. अब एक चीज आती है, प्री शॉक एंड आफ्टर शॉक. What is a pre-shock and what is an aftershock? Quickly. What is a pre-shock and what is an aftershock? Thank you, Priyan, for telling me before and after. Earthquake तो earthquake होता है. Earthquake के पहले क्या आता है? Is there something called as pre-shock? Before the main wave, before P wave. P wave से पहले क्या आता है? P wave से पहले तो कुछ नहीं आता. Aftershock, after the earthquake. Very good. Thank you for telling me. यार कितने मतलब bright बच्चे. दीपिका सिंह, अरे इंटेंसिटी समझ में आ गई. दीपिका, tell me earthquake when it comes no. क्या pre-shock भी आता है? पहले बता क्या आता है? आ रहा हूँ. राखी सिंह before main shock, but what is it? राखी, मैं वही पूछ रहा हूँ. Real तो बताओ. ये तो रट लिया. ये तो टीचर पढ़वा दे. So everyone, have you heard that sometimes animals start behaving differently before an earthquake? Okay, so snakes and animals. Remember, animals have a different camera than us. They can sense many things. Vibrations can be there. If you have a pet dog or something, so when there is movement, are they able to sense that movement? Are they able to sense the noises which you are not able to sense? Are they sensitive or not? So now you tell me, everyone, you tell me that there is an old house. It's a very, very old house. Okay. And because of rainfall and all that, that house is going to collapse. As it happened in many cities, like Mumbai में पुरानी building लोग मर गए, ऐसा ना, municipality says हमने पहले कह दिया था. So before it collapses, you will find that a month before that some cracks are there on the wall. So people are taking it lightly. कुछ आवाज आई एकदम से झटके से कुछ हुआ. So what is happening is the stresses are there and minor little things are cracking, but the big thing has not cracked. So जैसे वो crack होगा, ठीक है? So there is a tree, okay, and there is a lot of pressure on the tree. First, small little branches will break. So you can hear one branch broken, second branch broken, but the main trunk is holding. And then suddenly what will happen? The whole trunk will fall. True? So pre-shocks are these. A series of pre-shocks are a series of relatively minor vibrations of Earth's crust before and after the main series of earthquake shock waves near और एट फोकस. नीड नॉट बी फोकस से ही आएगा, आस पास से आ सकता है. ये सुनो, प्रेशर है, वो क्रैश कर रहा है, कोलैप्स की आवाज आ रही है हमें, एंड ग्रेजुअली द कोलैप्स इज हैपनिंग. इज एवरीवन विद मी ऑन दिस? आर वी क्लियर? सब लोग मेरे पास हैं? आर वी क्लियर ऑन दिस और नॉट? डन. अच्छा, आफ्टर शॉक क्या है? So again, as I told you, you throw a brick into water. What happens? First wave, and second, other ripples will come or not. अच्छा, अभी night before Holi, we have something called as Holika Dahan. Have you seen that? We take a heap of ऐसे लकड़ी लेते हैं, we take wooden planks, yes, so that they don't fall down. What do we do? At times you would have seen they will tie it with a thread, yes or no? And रात को हम आग लगाते हैं. People who know that story of Bhakt Prahlad and all that, ऐसे ही कुछ है होलिका दहन. वहीं पे है नहीं. दुष्यंत बोला एनवायरमेंट पोल्यूशन. देखो बैठे बैठे आइडिया मत दो, जो सवाल है वो है उसकी जवाब दो. बोला सर एनवायरमेंट पोल्यूशन हो रहा है, ठीक है. नाउ एवरीवन, दिस इज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग पाइल बिफोर बर्निंग, बट व्हेन इट बर्न्स, इज द पाइल बिकमिंग वीक और नॉट? सो हैव यू सीन द पाइल कोलैप्स midway because of fire? Will the pile collapse? So you know suddenly the big pile is there, करके collapse कर. Does it happen? So the pile has collapsed. Everyone, the pile has collapsed. Now you'll find that after the pile has collapsed, still one wood will go down and all that. They are trying to come to a new equilibrium. Already they were in equilibrium. Now they are adjusting. So aftershock is what? Everything has shaken up. The big shake up has happened, but एक थोड़ा सा अटका हुआ है, तो वो भी अपनी जगह पे धीरे-धीरे it is coming back. Do you understand what is the pre-shock? Pre-shock is like about before the big thing to crack. Smaller little things are cracking here and there, so minor vibrations are coming over there. So it's like warning to you. It's like warning to you. Get it? अब कितना कब आएगा main shock? There is no method to exactly predict when the main shock will come. But I'm saying the pre-shock is like, okay, there's a lot of stress, और कभी भी crack हो रहा है, कभी भी crack can happen. ठीक है? Similarly, aftershock, the big fall has happened. Now small little things which are stuck, they will be there. Do we get that? So ये aftershock होते हैं. They are relatively minor in vibration. They will happen. So I remember that when this Nepal earthquake came. So its impact was felt more in northeast. So I was having an online class. So the northeast student said, "Sir, please cancel the class, sir. Either abhi bhi vibrations are in. After that earthquake, still we can feel vibrations." So I hope you can understand what was happening. Yes. So readjustment is happening after shocks are coming. That's okay. So now what did I write? Relatively minor vibration. Now that fellow said, "Sir, and there is this news also. We have been informed that 2 days from now a big shock is coming." I said, 2 days from now, how does this come? No, sir, they have announced that 2 days from now the big shock is coming. Another big earthquake is coming. I said, well, you are also there, I am also there, and if both of us are alive, we'll get to know about this prophecy also. I said, I can understand, your tremors, you are feeling the tremors, you are feeling the vibration because that is aftershock. But somebody is saying that a bigger one will come, and that too 2 days from now. हम भी देखते हैं यार, मतलब if it is coming from an astrologer, कुंडली देख के कर रहा है, कैसे? You heard ना, कौन था वो नेशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज की मैडम, the yogi was sending her all those messages. So गुफा से मैसेजेस आ रहे थे, तो उसने कहा कि सर 2 दिन बाद आएगा. I said, don't worry, you are also there, I am also conducting classes, पता चल जाएगा. Then I asked them, हाँ भाई आया कि नहीं? They said नहीं सर, वो थोड़ा थोड़ा आता है सर. That is aftershock. Do we understand what is aftershock? अच्छा, यूपीएससी ने एक और चीज पूछ लिया हमसे. What is the difference between magnitude and intensity of an earthquake? Intensity of an earthquake. This question was asked in UPSC mains for optional student. What is the difference between magnitude and intensity of earthquake? तो ये प्रॉब्लम होगी. Big problem, no? So intensity is how much destruction has happened. Okay. Intensity is damage. और magnitude में damage नहीं होता. क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? So magnitude number होता है. तो intensity क्या होता है? Intensity is a sentence. वो भी number ही होता है. So intensity can decrease with increasing distance. Oh my God. So magnitude is the release of energy. ये ठीक है ना यश? बिल्कुल ठीक है. Magnitude is the energy released. Okay, perfect. Everyone. This is your study room. Everyone, this is your study room, and I put a bulb over here. There is a bulb which is giving light to you. Okay, घर में एक bulb लगा हुआ है, and you are studying over here. Your NCRT. You find that the illumination is not enough. What would you do? Bulb change कर सकते हैं. So if the bulb was 60 watt bulb, you replace it with a 100 watt bulb. Make sense? What did you do? You changed the bulb. What did you change? You change the magnitude of it. Do we get that? Second is you don't have a bulb. What do? एक काम कर, इधर आके पढ़ लेता हूँ. Now what happened? Intensity. Can I say intensity 1, intensity 2, intensity 3, intensity 4, intensity 5? Intensity is a function of distance from the source. So intensity measures the vibrations produced by the earthquake. If you are close to the epicenter, so you are high intensity. Obviously, damage will also be more over there. Yes or no? And if you are away from it, less intensity. And what is magnitude? Magnitude is what is the level of shaking. There can be a mild earthquake, कम पावर वाला बल्ब, माइल्ड earthquake, छोटा सा ट्रेमर है, ठीक है, आ जाता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. But there can be a Nepal earthquake also, so that is high. So magnitude signifies what? The amount of energy released. अब एक बात बताओ, मैग्नीट्यूड से सब लोग मरेंगे? ज्यादा मैग्नीट्यूड से लोग मरेंगे? Will more people die because of more magnitude? Yes or no? So I want to tell you everyone, please get this. Please get this. Earthquakes don't kill people. Buildings kill people. Earthquakes don't kill people. Buildings kill people. So if you are in an open agricultural field and the land starts shaking, कोई दिक्कत है? You and the cow look at each other. Yes or no? Cow is wondering, earthquake? You are also wondering, earthquake ही लग रहा है. यही होगा ना? True or not? Until unless there is fault and the both of you jump into that, nothing will happen. But if you are living in congested buildings, जैसे दिल्ली में है, 2 बिल्डिंग ऐसे, इसमें से तुम इस विंडो से उस विंडो तक एनसीईआरटी फेंक सकते हो. भाई मेरी हिस्ट्री की एनसीईआरटी प्लीज फेंकेगा? हाँ ले. Yes or no? True or not? वैलेंटाइन पे टेडी देकर मारा उसको, लिया टेडी ये, उसने जूता देकर मारा वापस. Do we get that? So that is the moment earthquake comes, these buildings kiss each other. और बीच में तुम नीचे चटनी, buildings kill people. Do we get that? Where will be the maximum destruction? Definitely close to the epicenter. So high intensity. So intensity refers to the degree of shaking and vibration. Magnitude refers to the energy released. समझ में आ गया? क्लियर है या नहीं है? उधर ये बनाना मत बल्ब, और वैलेंटाइन वाला मत लिखना, और एनसीईआरटी मत फेंकना किताब के बाहर. So intensity is 1 to 12, magnitude is 10. इतना सही है सर. तो खुशी, जब when I was a kid, no, I always thought that the teacher will give me a point, some marks, if I write intensity starts from I, magnitude starts for M. मैं सोचता था कि कुछ तो देगी. Yes or no? Now you're saying sir intensity का scale 1 to 12 है और ये सर 1 to 10 है. तो सर ये अंतर है. हमारी मर्जी. You're not wrong, absolutely correct. I'm not saying that, but I hope what I brought out were more important than this. And yes, you're absolutely correct that this magnitude scale is a logarithmic scale. And आपने ये नहीं बताया, तो इसका मैं बताना चाहता हूँ, this is a visual scale. ठीक है? तो कोई बात नहीं, आपने लिखा तो मैं भी लिखवा सकता हूँ. I know, डिक्टेशन तो मुझे भी आती है, ज्योग्राफी ज्यादा ना आती, थोड़ा बहुत आता है. मैग्नीट्यूड m और इंटेंसिटी, ठीक है. सो मैग्नीट्यूड इज मेजर ऑफ एनर्जी. प्लीज लिख लो इसको, नहीं तो वहां पर उल्टा सीधा लिख कर आओगे. मेजर ऑफ एनर्जी रिलीज्ड एट अर्थक्वेक सोर्स. ठीक है. कैसे पता चलेगा? यूजिंग सीज्मोग्राफ. सीज्मोग्राफ से हमें पता चलेगा डिग्री ऑफ वाइब्रेशन कितना आ गया. वैसे सीज्मोग्राफ हटा दें, यहाँ पे कंफ्यूजन करता है, क्योंकि सीज्मोग्राफ से तो वाइब्रेशन उधर पता चलती है. उसका स्केल में बता दूंगा. ठीक है. दिस इज मेजर ऑफ, दिस इज ऑल्सो मेजर ऑफ डिग्री और स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ शेकिंग produced by earthquake. ठीक है. This is a quantitative measure. This is a quantitative measure. Measures actual size of earthquake. ठीक है. Mild, severe earthquake, ये इससे पता चलता है. ठीक है. C.F. रिक्टर ने एक लॉगरिथमिक स्केल बनाया 1935 में, 0 to 9. टोटल 10 हो गया ना. 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 0 to 9 होता है. एंड दिस मेजर्स द स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन. ठीक है. मेजर्स द स्ट्रेस एंड स्ट्रेन. दैट इज हैपनिंग. क्लियर? सो नेपाल का कुछ याद है कितना था मैग्नीट्यूड? नेपाल अर्थक्वेक आई थिंक 7 प्लस था, कुछ 7.3 या समथिंग, 7 प्लस. डू यू नो हिरोशिमा बॉम्ब? क्या बात कर रहे हो सर? इवन बॉम्ब कैन ट्रिगर दैट और नॉट? उसका भी 6.3 था. सो दीज आर ह्यूमन इंड्यूस्ड सीज्मिसिटी. नेपाल तो अंदर प्लेट ने किया और हम लोग भी बैठे बैठे पटाखा फोड़ते थे. रिमेंबर? जब पाप बढ़ेगा तो क्या होगा? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बदल जाएगा, प्रलय आ जाएगी. ये हमारी हरकतों से. ठीक है. बाकी हॉलीवुड एंड बॉलीवुड टेल यू, इफ यू हैव डाउट गो टू सम गुफा में सब बता देंगे. सो दे आल्सो नो इट. नहीं तो आज तक चैनल, दे नो इट ऑल. कब भी डाउट हो ऑफिस में कॉल करो, भाई बताएगा। एकता कपूर थोड़ा टाइम लेती है, इंस्टेंटली नहीं बताती। एकता कपूर इमेजिन करती फिर क्या हुआ, फिर प्रलय को बचाने के लिए बिफोर दैट नो, इन प्री शॉक शी विल रिलीज द नागिन, इन प्री शॉक शी विल रिलीज द नागिन, इन पोस्ट शॉक शी विल रिलीज द जटायु। तो वो जो इमेजिनेशन उसके पास है बड़ा रेयर है, दैट्स अ गिफ्ट दैट शी हैज। गेट दैट? मेजर ऑफ डिग्री और स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ शेकिंग प्रोड्यूस्ड बाय अर्थक्वेक, ये हो गया। अब इसी में हम बात कर रहे थे, ये क्वालिटेटिव स्केल है, ये नहीं बताता एनर्जी कितनी रिलीज हुई है। तो जो आप लोग कह रहे थे दैट दिस इज विजुअल स्केल 1 to 12 in terms of severity of destruction, ठीक है। तो 12 में एब्सोल्यूट डिस्ट्रक्शन, मोस्ट सिवियर, मतलब सब कुछ फ्लैट हो गया, सब फ्लैट। 1 में ऐसा है कि अर्थक्वेक आया, कुछ हुआ नहीं, नथिंग वाज इंपैक्टेड। तो इट इज नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन हाउ मच एनर्जी वाज रिलीज्ड, इट इज इंटरेस्टेड इन हाउ मच डैमेज हैपेंड। तो भी मैंने बोला कि आपका एग्रीकल्चरल फील्ड है, एग्रीकल्चरल फील्ड हैपेंस बट उसमें कोई डैमेज ही नहीं हुआ, सो दैट्स व्हाट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट, क्वालिटेटिव है। ये किसने किया था? दिस इज बाय नॉट बाय रिक्टर, ये रिक्टर का स्केल है, ये है इटालियन ग्यूसेप मर्काली, और इन्होंने ये स्केल बनाया। इज एवरीवन ओके? होमवर्क इसका क्या है? इंडिया मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट डज लुक एट दिस आल्सो, इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड, इंडिया मेट्रोलॉजिकल डिपार्टमेंट प्लस ISI, इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड इंस्टीट्यूशन, इन्होंने मिलकर अर्थक्वेक जोन मैप बनाया है, अर्थक्वेक जोन मैप ऑफ इंडिया। कैन यू लुक एट दैट मैप? इफ यू कैन ड्रॉ दैट मैप, अगर आपने मेरे साथ क्लासेस की हैं तो इंडिया मैप ड्रॉ करना आता है तो वो कर लो, अदरवाइज जस्ट लिस्ट डाउन द जोन्स, लिस्ट डाउन जोन्स, कौन सा एरिया किस जोन में आता है, योर सिटी लाइज इन विच जोन, कर देंगे। So we are ending with this thing, basic geomorphology, थोड़ा अर्थ, रॉक, लिथोस्फीयर समझ में आ गया। I'll keep on giving you questions and homework from GC Leong till we reach the advanced one. Is everyone a little comfortable with earth and lithosphere? Though I kept 6 classes, मेरा plan ये था कि I would do volcano also, I would do a little bit of mountain building also before we go into advanced ones, but those 2 classes were missed, so it is okay. We will do other things. So cycle of erosion भी समझ में आया, कुछ लोगों ने ग्राफ नहीं बनाया, landform some people have started doing that। हाँ, एक important request to everyone, you have Savinder Singh, yes or no? Can you make a list, not the diagram first, list of fluvial depositional landforms, पहले erosional करना, erosional landform, depositional landform, then glacial का erosional, list down from Savinder Singh, कर सकते? Physical geography, so can we send that short note वाला on Telegram? पहले लिखो, अपना short note लिखो, थोड़ा टाइम अपने पास रखो, ऐसी कोई जरूरी नहीं है कुछ अजीब अजीब से आंसर। आज भी मेरे पास 2 आंसर आए, मैंने उनको कहा भाई क्यों लिखा है आंसर, उसमें कोई डायग्राम नहीं, कुछ नहीं, बस क्लास के नोट्स बुलेट टाइप लिख देते, सो अभी उसको भेजने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, पहले लिखना शुरू करो। तीनों थे शॉर्ट नोट, इट विल हेल्प यू, इट विल गिव यू द कॉन्फिडेंस दैट आई रेड इट एंड आई रिमेंबर इट। सो कैन आई एक्सपेक्ट दिस लिस्ट? ये लिस्ट डाल दो, लिस्ट टेलीग्राम पे डाल दो, लिस्ट ऑफ फ्लूवियल इरोजनल लैंडफॉर्म्स, डिपोजिशनल लैंडफॉर्म्स, लिस्ट ऑफ ग्लेशियल इरोजनल लैंडफॉर्म्स, डिपोजिशनल लैंडफॉर्म्स, एटलीस्ट यू वुड नो व्हाट आर द लैंडफॉर्म्स। यस सर, बाय एडवांसिंग टेक्नोलॉजी टू हाउ मच मैग्नीट्यूड ऑफ अर्थक्वेक वी आर इम्यून, कुछ कोई इम्यूनिटी एडवांसिंग टेक्नोलॉजी से क्या फर्क पड़ता है, इसीलिए जोनेशन किया जाता है। अभी there is no way to predict that this will be the time of earthquake, this will be the magnitude of it, but yes, indirectly we can see that these are the stress zones, यहाँ probability हो सकती है। Do we get that? So please tell about mid plate earthquake. Is Gujarat earthquake an example? So Sneha, I have not talked about plate tectonics till now, so when I am talking about plate tectonics, so there I will talk about plate margins and intra plate phenomena. नामदेव सिंह सर बुक नहीं है तो इतना रो क्यों रहे हो भाई, तुम तो टेलीग्राम जनरेशन हो, ले लो उसमें। अब ऐसे सर किताब नहीं है, अब क्या करें, अब रुलाएगा पगले, लिखना पड़ेगा मुझे। सर फ्रॉम मेड सिंपल प्लीज रिकैप ऑन व्हाट टू रीड फ्रॉम जियोमॉर्फोलॉजी टिल नाउ। ओके हर्ष, आई विल पुट इट ऑन द ग्रुप। सर व्हाट टू रीड इन ओशनोग्राफी, ओशनोलॉजी नहीं है मेरा, ओशनोग्राफी। लेट मी स्टार्ट इट टुमारो, आई गिव यू समथिंग, पहले ये होमवर्क करेंगे एवरीवन। सो नामदेव उस पर मिल जाएगी यार, दिस इज अ फेमस दिस थिंग, पीडीएफ मिल जाएगा, सविन सिंह का पीडीएफ को चैनल पे डाल देना यार, ग्रुप पे डाल दो, पीडीएफ फिजिकल ज्योग्राफी, नहीं तो सिर्फ लैंडफॉर्म वाले कुछ चैप्टर्स डाल दो। ट्रू, सो डू दैट। खुशी बोल रहे हैं कि ऑलरेडी है सर ग्रुप पर, अगर आप देखेंगे इट इज ऑन द ग्रुप। सो नामदेव इतना मत रो यार, बहुत गरीबी बहुत दुख है तेरे जीवन में, सब हटा दे, सब ग्रुप इसीलिए बनाया जिन लोगों को ग्रुप नहीं पता है। सचिन सर ऑफिशियल, उसमें जाओ, ग्रुप के ऊपर जब जाओगे उसमें फाइल्स में, सो यू विल फाइंड वहां पे नाम लिखा होगा, ठीक है। एंडिंग द क्लास, नामदेव डिड यू गेट द आंसर? एंड ऑल द पीपल इंग्लिश मीडियम, हिंदी मीडियम, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग और नॉट? नाइडू, आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग, आर यू स्टिल देयर? Okay, Naidu, thank you for confirming. So in the English, I'm generally concerned about, sometimes I end up speaking in Hindi, so I'm always looking forward to Naidu giving me that clearance. Yes, sir, it is going fine. I'm able to understand. So thank you, everyone. Tomorrow we will meet on oceanography. I'll also be uploading some relevant geomorphology files on the update section. The previous one I could not update because that was a huge file. वो upload नहीं हो रही थी. So I'll break it down. So please someday somebody mention the chapters also to read till geomorphology. हाँ बता देंगे हर्ष. ठीक है चलिए ending the class. Take care. Bye bye.